Yeah, we go. We're all ready. We're all ready.
Totally.
Oh, we're totally. We have not just. We've not just got ready. We've been sat here for ages.
Where were you? We were wondering
Ready.
where we were sitting here going, where
Sat here
where are
for ages. Ready. Questions for Matty, nobody else.
they? Uh-oh.
Are both of us in focus? I'll tell you why. No, you're not. Right, that's going to go. Hang on. No, nor am I. I'll tell you why. I've been reading about the Lumix GH5 Panasonic camera today a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And it being its autofocus on moving image, not... Well, listen, you're saying you're in focus on the normal shot. It's the same shot. So if we're not in focus on the close-up, then we're not in focus on the normal shot, you see?
It's the same shot.
It's the same shot. This is a great camera. It's even better when you get given one free by Panasonic. But I was reading a lot, and the focus on the moving image, focus on the still shots, boom, autofocus, boom.
Crystal clear.
Focus on the moving shot. There's some cat testicles. Oh, you see? There we go.
Oh, God, they're getting mankier.
You'll say they're rotting. There you go. George used to have some of these. And now it'll come into focus. Don't touch anything. Don't click. It'll come into focus, but it takes ages. Or maybe it won't.
George, what are you doing? Oh.
Hang on. Can you click it? I don't, because
Abracadam.
I've changed all of the settings. Right. Basically, this camera is famous for not going into focus. Let's just wait for a second now. Quickly. Right. So, and it said there are different settings that you can use that sometimes kind of do different things, right? And you're not showing on my followers list. Well, then you need to correct that. Now, I think I've disabled this, so I don't think this works anymore. Oh, jeez. We're in big trouble, guys. Just move without moving to the camera.
What does that mean?
What? Just...
Oh, dear.
If I move in...
Oh, yes, there he is.
Now, will it come with me? 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 This is how I make love.
Oh, my God.
Come with me?
God.
Come with me?
I'm thinking, I feel like I need to put light on.
Come with me? We've come.
Ah.
That'll be £50, please. Whoa, what are you doing? Don't mess around with the lights. There we go.
Just
Think
needs a
we're
little
focused.
something.
So basically, it's a famous flaw with the GH5, which is a great camera. And so I've adjusted some settings that I thought, my hair is, I believe the phrase, on point. So I've adjusted some settings that have, if anything, made it worse. That's life. Welcome to the show tonight. Big show tonight. It's Friday's show. What does that mean, lady?
It means it's the end of the week. So we have the usual freeform fun and frolics.
Stop. Thank you, Matty. Oh, where is it? Big boy camera.
Yes.
Literally, we've been out of there for minutes.
He was starving. I had to escort one of your other cats out of there because she decided that was her dinner.
It says big boy. That bowl has now been printed up with big boy cam. Thank you, Matty, for letting me know. Thank you, Linny. Thank you, Eve, for letting us know. Big boy is out and about. Oh.
Yes, little man, we're talking about you.
Beautiful. This is my stray cat, what I have captured.
Yeah.
And I'm holding hostage until I'm paid 5 million dreamies. The cat is staying here.
It's like Born Free, but the complete opposite.
Born captive.
Well, yeah. And then he was free, and now he's captive again, and he's not crazy about the idea.
That bowl is filthy. That bowl needs a good old scrub.
Put it in the dishy.
No, don't put cat food stuff in the dishy.
Why?
Look, he's got a little tash. Look at his little tash.
Yeah.
Big boy! Hang on, I'll make him look up. He's there. He's through that wall. He's behind the camera.
He's too into... What food is this that he's chowing down?
Felix, look, I want to see his tash. It's Felix. So later on... Sorry, you were saying something.
Friday. So we'll do the usual stuff, or the unusual stuff. You can ring us up. You can use the stuff along the bottom here to contact us, and you can really do that. Some people just phone us to try it out, and then are appalled, amazed, surprised when we pick up the phone. Don't be. That's what it's for. So if you want to give us a shout, do that.
I'll open Skype now so that we're.
And then towards the end of the show, we're going back to the 90s, ladies and gents, for changing rooms.
Changing rooms. Who called me at quarter past? Rose called me at 2:15 this afternoon on my own personal home line.
That's okay.
Wowzers. Rose, what is if I put this over here, then we can see if someone calls while we're looking. We can see if someone calls us here. That's nice. Okay, so Big Boy's enjoying that. Okay. So £750 is what it's going to cost to fix my car.
Right.
£750. Here's the good news. I got the 300 quid back from the AA. Do you know why I got the 300 quid back from the AA? Because I'm famous. That's the truth. Woman phoned me out today from the AA. Said, "Hi Ian, it's such and such from the AA. You may remember I spoke to you 2 or 3 years ago when a similar thing happened to you." And it's true. I broke down on the way home when I just moved here from London. I broke down in the middle of nowhere, and I wasn't a member of the AA. I phoned up. I joined them, and he's probably off for a dump now. I joined them, and they said someone will be with you in an hour. I said I had a flat tire, and I couldn't get the wheel off. I know how to change a tire. I couldn't get the wheel off. Somebody with you in an hour. It took 3 hours, and so I kind of got my money back. The same woman phoned me back today, and she said, "We really don't want to upset people like you." Closely followed by, we don't want to upset anybody.
Right.
What she meant was, we really don't want to upset people who've got 102,000 followers on Twitter.
She's celebrity liaison, isn't she?
She is celebrity liaison. And whereas last time she gave me a free year membership to the AA, this year she said, "I'm assuming you won't want anything to do with us, so I'm going to refund you all of the money and cancel your membership." And I thought I could push this and say, "Actually, give me a free..." No, so I got the 300 quid back. People like you. What she meant was, people that had 102,000 followers. So I got that money back, which is great. But then I felt a bit guilty. I thought, I've been throwing my weight around. That's not a great thing. Eve, thank you for the gifting of 5 subs there. We can go back to the main shot and... we're out of focus. Come with me. 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 Yes, caller? Yes, caller?
Hello, it's Paul.
No, it's not Paul. Stop pretending it's Paul.
It's Paul.
Stop pretending it's Paul.
You okay, Ian?
Stop pretending it's Paul.
Who is it?
Nobby? Is it Nobby?
Not you.
Nobby Ryder?
No, it's Paul. I don't know why you're taking the mick, Ian.
Oh, God.
Not again.
It's not Paul.
I don't know why you take the mick, Ian.
Because it's not Paul.
Who is it, then?
I don't know. Listen, I can tell you who it isn't. I cannot tell you who it is. You're fake Paul. You're full.
I'm Paul. We rang the other day. It's been spiked.
You're not. You're full.
I think it is.
It's Paul.
Right, stay there. There's only one way to find out. We go to my YouTube channel.
Oh my God! It's
Shut your
Paul.
face. Shut up. I'm going to my YouTube channel and I'm going to listen to your original call and we're going to find out if
But
this is the same guy.
When you say original, you mean
The original.
the only other call.
Yes, here we go. So, here we go. But what can we? That's
Paul
fine.
Maloney.
What can we do for you this evening?
I'm just really down to be honest.
Different guy. Can you say I'm just really down to be honest?
Why are you making mockery of me?
It's a different Paul.
It's not a different Paul. It's Paul. I rang, was it Tuesday, Monday?
No, it's not you.
Tuesday.
It's not. Listen to you. This is you. Hang on.
So, oh
You
my
have certainly
Ian.
not spoken to us before. But what can we? That's fine. Shut up, Paul. What can we do for you this evening?
I've probably had more morphine.
I'm
That's
just-
probably what it is.
Shut up, Paul.
I'm just really down to earth. I just wanted to.
Say I'm just really down, to be honest.
He's just making a mockery out of me now. You know?
Say I'm trying to prove if it's you or not. Say
I explained to you last time, and you made mockery out of me. I really.
Right, hang on. I'm muting him. I'm muting him. We can't hear you, Paul. I need evidence that you're the guy that called last time. All I want you to do
Paul Maloney.
is say, I'm feeling a bit down at the moment.
I'm feeling a bit down at the moment.
All right, stay there. Don't say anything. We're going to listen to...
Because mine's turned off. It's on.
This is like a bloody comedy show.
Say mine.
Mine?
Yeah, okay, it's you. What can we do for you, Paul? Lovely to speak to you again.
Can I just interject at this point? I don't understand why you would ring again.
Because he wants to apologise.
Why?
Well, it didn't end well, did it, Paul? And you seemed quite disgruntled by the end, and you talked over me back then as well, and you're doing it again. So I'm just wondering why you would.
Well, I always rang back for an apology off Ian, if I'm honest.
You're not getting one. I would like an apology from you.
I would like an apology for the mockery of all the people that's been spiked and in trouble in their lives.
I didn't mock everybody that had been spiked. I mocked you who hasn't been spiked.
Again, another little point of order. I've been spiked, so
It's horrible, Catherine, ain't it?
I don't remember anything about it, and that was the most terrifying thing.
Yeah, that's exactly how I don't remember it. I just remember,
Whose phone are you calling from tonight?
It's mine.
What's the last two numbers of your phone number?
47.
Okay, where's your sister tonight?
At work.
What does she do?
She's at work.
Has she taken her phone tonight?
Yes, she has, yeah.
Where's your brother?
And my brother's out with his friends.
Okay, what I'd like you to do is put the phone down and dial without withholding your phone number. How about that?
No, because
No.
I don't want you to have my number in. It's like the gas electrical companies. They're after me. They say no. I don't give my number to anybody. I withheld it to everyone. I just don't
So
want
you withheld
anybody-
it when you phoned us. When you phoned us a few weeks ago, you withheld your number then.
No, that was off my sister's phone.
No. When you phoned us from the number ending 47 a few weeks ago, you withheld your phone number. You withheld your phone number then?
No, I don't know if I did or not.
Right,
I
because you're saying that you always withhold your phone number, and yet you told us that the first time you supposedly phoned us, you didn't withhold your phone number. Very inconsistent, Paul. Almost as if you're talking bullshit.
I'm in pain.
No, you're not in pain. You're not in pain.
I'm not in pain.
What room are you in?
You're just making a mockery. I'm downstairs in my bed.
Right, okay.
Because I can't...
Okay.
What?
How do you go to the bathroom?
I walk very, very slowly.
Well, now, suddenly, the whole story is collapsed. Because the other day, you were completely bedridden. Bedridden means you can't walk to the bathroom. Bedridden would involve either using a commode or a catheter.
It took me 10 years to be able to get to the toilet.
Well, you're not bedridden.
No,
you're not bedridden, so that's another lie.
I could just about walk to the toilet.
Well, you're not bedridden. You're not bedridden,
3
Paul.
meters away.
You're not. The toilet's 2 meters away. Well, you're not bedridden. That's not bedridden. Bedridden would involve catheterisation or a commode or a bedpan.
The DWP say I'm bedridden, so I'm bedridden.
Bedridden bedridden means you cannot leave your bed. And you've just told us that you can leave your bed.
I have to use a lot of energy though, and I have to be.
Well, that's okay. I have to use a lot of energy.
You smoking?
Yes, I'm having a vape.
Okay.
I have to use a lot of energy to have a shit. It doesn't mean I'm constipated.
Am I allowed to have a vape?
I use a lot of energy to have a shit. It doesn't mean I'm constipated.
Yeah, but you.
Isn't
Yeah,
it? Isn't it?
you can get out of bed and go to the toilet whenever.
Yes,
you
and
want.
so can you. It would appear from what you've just told us.
No, I can't.
So why have they left you on your own then?
Sorry.
So why have they left you on your own then?
Because I've already had a shit in a wig before I went to work. I'm all right now.
What if you have a
I'm
surprise?
regular guy. I crack once a day and that's it.
That's not normal.
It is with me.
Okay. Gosh, clockwork.
So, Paul, would you like to apologise to us and to all of our viewers?
I get up and bang one out, and that's normally it, unless I have a curry or something, you know.
Bang one out means masturbate. I don't want to know about those habits.
Well, we all do it, don't we? You know.
Some more than others, yes.
Okay, Paul, so would you like to apologise?
For what?
For being a dick. For being a massive lying dick.
I'm a dick.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, okay.
I think you're mistaken with yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm not mistaken.
There it is.
I am accusing you of being a massive lying dick.
Oh, you're wrong.
I'm not.
Do you want me to send my doctor's note into you?
Yes, please, I would. And also, you said you could send the screenshot of your phone showing that you called us. Thinking about it, I'd really like to see that.
Yeah, well, you can. I said that to you last time.
I'd love to see it. Let's have a look.
Let me have a look. Oh.
Oh.
My call log's empty. I must have.
Thanks so much for your call, Paul.
Coinky dink.
My hair is so on point at the moment. Look at it. Look at it. I love the long sides. It is. Let's. And this is what the model was, right? It's this.
It's better than that.
But it's better than that. It's that, but it's better.
It's that, but as the youngsters would say these days, it's that, but fire.
Paul's calls balls.
Yes.
Yay or nay?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Tonight's show is sponsored. Well, we've got 4 great sponsors. A couple of weeks have been sponsored by Viz, but tonight's show is sponsored. We focused on each. Thank you, Great Galvino, for subscribing. We focused on one of our sponsors each day. Monday it was 34sp.com, web host providers, web host, party hosts. Tuesday it was Poseidon, security in Devon and Cornwall. Wednesday it was the Sommers boys, James and Mark Sommers, Waste Solutions. Thursday it was supposed to be Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors, but we found out that Richard Gregorian had launched an unofficial competition, sans permission, dans la master et la mademoiselle. So we stepped in, we've made the competition official, and it's happening now. You will decide the winner. We wanted, let me put this over here because we're going to need this in it. We're going to need space on your face. We wanted...
Imagine being so sure you wouldn't need to go to the toilet again because you've been once.
I shit 4 times a day. We wanted logos designed for gelaw.co.uk that we could wear. And we've had a lot of entries. I've got it down to 6. 3 from a guy called Anonymous Tim. A little tip, Tim. Do you see the flaw in his name?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 from Paddy and 1 from Colin, right? So we're going to do these throughout the show. So first up is Tim's first one. Now, Katherine has not seen these.
Oh, look at this. Where's that going? Oh, yes, of course it's going there.
It'll go on your face.
Why? No, because now you can't see the... Oh.
Face the camera. Face the camera.
I don't find you amusing.
So we're going to go... What I can do is I can make it... I can stay there. I can make it... Face the duplicate.
I didn't...
Oh, you can say you got a beard! You look like D'Artagnan. You like Dogtagnan more. Like, stay still, stay still.
I did not give permission for space on my face to be rented out.
Put your head straight, please. Now do an advert for Gregorian.
Gregorian Emerson family law, the sensitive side of divorce.
So that's number 1 from Tim.
Oh,
right?
no. I got a better one.
Go on.
Right, ready? Gregorian Emerson
Hang on. There.
Gregorian Emerson family law. They'll take care of your heart with a nice Chianti.
Right, so that's Tim has sent 3. So that's the first one, Tim's. We'll do another one now, and then we'll do some more later on. Now, Paddy has sent some good ones in. So this is Paddy's first. Right, now I'll see if I can. Hang on, let me see if I can do this on my close-up. Hang on a second. These are great, by the way. So the winner, as decided by you, is going to get a little bit of TLNA merch. So let's I'll make it about that size. Where am I? Ah!
That is terrifying! Why have I got double eyelids?
Hey up, Chuck.
Why have I got a beard? What's this?
Hey up. Hey up, Chuck. Gregorian Emerson law solicitors are £8,000. They won't screw you over, but I might.
Don't you be using that privately. No catfishing.
Oh, Iain, you're such a good lover. I would like you to kiss my bottom,
What?
please.
Oh my God.
What does it look like on you? This is great. This is great. So keep these in mind, okay? Keep these all in mind. We'll if you face front.
I don't.
Right, face front. Face front. Let's get the right. That's about the right size. Where are the eyes? No, you've got to stay still because I need to get the eyes. There we go. Do it. Hang on. I got to tilt your head ever so slightly. No, there.
Where?
No.
It's wrong.
It's not wrong. I'm going to do it. There. Just look in the front. Look to the left. To the right. Wink.
So weird.
It's ridiculous. Paddy and Tim, thank you. We'll have more on that later on, and then you can decide.
Paddy and Tim, I'm sending a letter home to your mums.
You can decide who wins, and we'll send. We got a couple more from Paddy and Tim. We got one from Colin. They're all great. Thank you. Let's talk about the other sponsors as well.
You want dogs? They got dogs.
Poseidon Safety Management. Devon and Cornwall is a whole lot safer tonight because these idiots. Nick is the one that started this whole competition.
Yeah.
I think Richard was looking forward to having his name at the top of the show for the whole show on Thursday, and Nick went, "Yeah, that's good. Here's my new website." Destroyed him. Basically, these are good guys, and school was broken into before the start of COVID, and nursery was broken into a couple of weeks ago, and Poseidon Safety Management in Devon, Cornwall went and gave them free patrols, which is a great thing to do, so thank you very much indeed. Somers Waste Solutions for all your waste needs. Listen, we know it's unlikely that of the 600 odd people watching this show tonight that any of you are going to need a waste solutions company now, but maybe your brother-in-law will, or your mum's friend, or your mum, or maybe someone will in a few months' time, and you can go, oh, well, I know Somers, the Somers boys. They can help make your company greener and save you a few quid. So keep it locked in your mind. There's Bob the cat. And everybody needs a side hustle. Your side hustle is your art.
Yeah.
Mine is
His OnlyFans.
BJ's is Patreon. We might be doing a college course, We might be doing like a radio and podcast online course. And if you've got a side hustle, you're going to need someone to host your website. And 34SP is the place to go. The bonus for you, if you use the code TLNA, you get 3 months absolutely free. Now, I need to grab the gelaw.co.uk and put that on the front page, the whole...
Gregorian really proper this time. That's the title of that one.
Because I have so many things where I do it wrong. So let's put that there and there we go. There we go. So that's up there. Right, welcome to the show. Oh, we missed Dredge. Hang on a second. Let's give Dredge a call. Gonna be some show tonight, guys. Thank you, Harry, for the sub. Thank you, Startled Bunny, for the sub. Thank you, Dredge, for answering the phone call and remaining silent when you realised I was doing business.
And thanks to everyone else, apart from that funny Paul.
There we go. Hello, sir.
Hello, am I there?
Yeah, unfortunately, for many of us, yes. We can't. You're not showing us your face, though, are you?
Oh, right, okay, hold on.
Are you?
Oh, he wants to.
Oh, he wants to. Okay, because I wasn't looking at...
I don't know how all this works, really.
Yes, you do.
Hang on.
And
as you can see.
I was watching a film today, as recommended by my sister.
Yeah.
Called The Life and Death of Peter Sellers. And I then DM'd Dredge on the IG. I DM'd JD on IG.
Yeah.
Asking if he had seen the film, because I knew he would like it. And then Dredge...
Yeah.
When it got to the bit about them making the advert for cigarettes...
Oh, yeah, that's...
I remembered you'd called us up on the radio show and told us about it.
That's right, that was that.
And you very politely listened to me messaging you, raving about this film, and you could have said, I told you a year ago about it, Ian.
I was the one that recommended it.
I was the one that recommended it first.
It's a great film. It's I really like documentaries about films that go wrong. There's nothing interesting about a documentary about a film that goes right.
Yep.
But that's a great one because Peter Sellers was in the middle of his completely insane phase. He was
just split up with Liza Minnelli, probably doing a lot of drugs, faked a heart attack. He famously had 8 heart attacks, didn't want to do this film, so he faked a heart attack so that he could stop doing this film.
Oh.
And then was spotted out, like in Monte Carlo or somewhere, and then got a doctor to write a note saying that he was too ill. And they went and interviewed the doctor, and this doctor looked he's an old man now, looked very, very drunk. He went, well, yes, Peter was my friend, and if Peter told me he wasn't very well, I'd write him a note.
And there's the problem.
The poor director had a breakdown over this whole nightmare scenario. Great movie.
But the thing is, this documentary was made by the guy that made that film originally.
Yep.
So it must be one of the few films like that, where the director has made a documentary about his own film that went wrong. Because he was haunted by it, hence the name of the film, The Ghost of Peter Sellers. And but he was off his head, wasn't he? Really, there was one point where the co-lead actor in the film almost killed him with a sword.
Yeah. Wasn't the co-lead actor and his wife the most beautiful couple I've ever seen? Let me find it. This guy. Can't remember his name. So the film was called
Tony Franciosa or something.
Tony Franciosa. It's coming out as Tony San Francisco. Tony Franciosa. Hey, Tony. Let me find him. Tony Franciosa as a pirate.
That's very specific fantasy.
Where is he? There he is. Oh, hang on. No, there's a better picture. Anyway, I can't be bothered.
Imagine a hot couple.
That's that. It's good film.
He was mad. He was mad by that point.
It was awful. It sounded like an awful human being. Awful. I mean, a terrible film as well that was being made. But 2 people that I have worked with or were mentioned or appeared in that film. First one, of course, was Joe McGrath.
Yes.
Who we've had on the show. Big director of Magic Christian. Second one, when he fakes his heart attack, the director names some people that rushed up to help him, including a guy called Jerry Crampton. I've worked with Jerry Crampton. He's a stuntman.
Oh.
And I worked with him in Pakistan. He was the stuntman in Pakistan. And every morning when he came down for breakfast, my dad would go, da 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 da, singing the A-Team theme to him, bullying an old stuntman.
Wow.
So that was kind of nice. But it's a good documentary, isn't it? You're right. I like films about films going wrong.
Well, I want to watch Heart of Darkness again. I haven't seen that for years. The one about Apocalypse Now.
Oh, I think maybe I saw that a long time ago. Yeah, there's a lot of cocaine on that movie.
I think anything with Marlon Brando in it is going to be trouble.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a great film. He had like $1 million or something to turn up, which was a lot of money in those days.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no
And he
to it
turned
now.
up. He was meant to be in trim for this part. He was enormous when he arrived, absolutely enormous. So they had to film him in darkness. But then when you see the film, it works because of the way it's shot.
Yeah. I'm going to check that out. I watched a good film today that I don't think you would like, Dredge, but you would like, Catherine. Knives Out, starring James Bond, Daniel Craig, and Captain America is in it, and Yoda is in it. And
What, as Yoda?
No.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in it as herself, and it's a really, really good film. Oh, here's a film about a film going wrong. It's Werner Herzog. It's a documentary about the film. It's too German. It's a documentary about the film I made where it's Fitzcarraldo. My movie Fitzcarraldo. I don't know if you have seen my movie Fitzcarraldo. I made a movie about a man taking a boat over a mountain. Huge steamer. Have you seen that movie, Dredge?
I have not seen it. I'm unable to do the accent either.
Okay, I'm not French. I'm not French.
What are you, please?
I'm the German director Werner Herzog.
I'm not going to get the audition.
I made a movie about. I made a feature movie about where the main character has to get a big steamer over a mountain, and I was working with Klaus Kinski, my muse, and there's a documentary. The documentary team filmed the action as it happened. It was a big nightmare for me. Klaus Kinski was my muse, but it was a nightmare to work with. And one of the movies is called Fitzcarraldo. I don't know if that's the documentary or if that is the movie.
Yeah.
But both are great movies. I think you should watch them, John Dredge.
That's the one where several people died during the course of the movie. Is that right? Because of what the director did.
Prove it.
Well, that would be very difficult for me to prove it.
Well, then you just can't go around saying stuff like that. Unless you got the proof.
Oh, okay.
Unless you've got the proof, you can't go around saying stuff like that,
I'm not going to go around saying stuff like that.
Thank you.
I phoned in because there's some arts news.
Yep.
Shakin' Stevens has got a new definitive collection out.
Oh, yeah? What's it called?
It's called Fire in the Blood, 19 CDs.
What?
You're not joking, are you?
No.
19 CDs. Well, okay. So let's go through this, right? Let me see if I can name them. We'd have the first album, probably called Shaky.
Oh my God, it's real.
With This Old House and Green Door. Right. We'd have the album that he would have got to make when he won that TV series. You know that TV series where like Belinda Carlisle and all those went on, and they had to sing like a modern song.
Yeah. And
the winner got to make a new album. So that's that album. There would be a greatest hits. And there would be a live album. So that's counting 4 albums. You're telling me there are 15 more?
Yeah. And they're signed by Shaky.
Yeah. He was exhausted after that, after just signing one of them.
Yeah.
266 tracks. There you go.
You get
something to do for the rest of your life.
You also get a reproduced promo poster, not the original one, obviously.
No.
Oh, Julie sheet music.
Don't be so rude.
3 times 12-inch art prints of Shakin' Stevens.
Art prints, great.
A 36-page bespoke tour program, and bespoke tour and program all have their own capital letters.
Bespoke means that with every copy, Shakin' Stevens has personally written it out again.
An autograph book personally signed.
You see?
By Shakin' Stevens.
Oh man.
If you prefer your Shaky in bite-sized chunks, there'll also be a new compilation, Singled Out, available on 3 CD or 2 LP. The former contains all his UK single.
So even the reduced version is still 4 CDs.
Pajama Speed in the chat says, does he still report all the eBay listings of his records as fakes? I don't know. I don't know. John, could you go and investigate
Never
that for
mind
us, please?
shaking, Stephen, snooping, Stephen.
Yeah.
I will investigate. I will
Thank
get
you,
back
mate.
to you.
Brilliant. Thank you, John. I really appreciate that. Great update. Great update from a great
I
guy.
thought it was a joke. I was waiting for the punchline and then...
No. John, well, John, as you know, doesn't joke.
No, he doesn't.
Joke. He's incapable
This is a very serious man.
of joking. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. No agenda. No agenda. You can call us about anything you want, and we will talk
The
to
one
you
thing we
about
would say is don't tell easily dismantleable fibs. Oh!
Sorry? Pardon?
Excuse me is what you say, not pardon.
Pardon me for being so rude. It was not me. It was my food. It just popped up to say hello, but now it's gone back down below.
It hasn't though,
Milk,
has it?
milk, lemonade, round the corner, chocolates made.
there.
Welcome to the show.
It's there.
Welcome to the show. 0203 286 6370. Well, I want a phone call, but I'm gonna wait for a phone call from someone that we haven't spoken to before. So let's just wait. Let's just wait.
God, that...
Let's just wait. It's not a joke, says Pyjama Speed. He did it for years. Shaky don't like the fakey. Let the shaking see the Stevens.
And that's the sort of calibre
Yeah.
of intro that Paddy does these days. It used to make sense.
Let's wait. I just pick up the phone. Just pick up the phone. Dial in 0203 286 6370. Just pick up the phone, dial in.
I'm holding my breath, not because I'm excited, just because...
Just pick up, just dial in. Let's have a chat. Let's get to know. I'd like to get to know you well. I'd like to get to know you well. I'd like to get to know you well, so we can be one together.
Here we go.
Withheld number, that's a good sign. Yes?
Oh, hello, Ian. My name is Paolo. I'm Paul's little brother.
Okie dokie. I think we're done here.
Why would you call both your sons Paul? One Spanish Paul. Is there a Pablo?
Let's wait.
Oh, Pablo's Frank, innit? You know, that's the name of Fred Flintstone in Spanish.
Pablo Flacenta.
Pablo Picapiedras.
I used to hate the Flintstones. Although Betty Rubble is fit.
Wilma's fit.
Betty Rubble is the one. No, Gary, I'm not answering your call. I'm not answering that call. I want someone that we haven't spoken to before. I want some new blood. Listen, last night we had nearly 3,000 people watching this show. Big numbers. We had about 1,500 new followers. The most money we've taken at the door. That's all I'm prepared to say at this juncture in time. The most money we've taken at the door, right, by a long shot. Not enough to pay for my new clutch, which is £750. But
But it'll certainly take a little of the sting
it
out.
takes the sting out of it. But tonight, I want a call from somebody who has not ever spoke. We had the lovely guy in Australia yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Whose name is
Cameron.
Lovely guy. Never watched Twitch before. So it was the first time he'd watched Twitch. He discovered us and he called us. That puts a lot of you to shame.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a number I don't recognise.
Hello, who's this?
It's Craig. Hello, Kath.
Hello, Craig.
Hello, Craigie.
How's it going?
It's all right. I'm glad it's the freaking weekend because I is tired and it's been one of those stressful weeks.
Do you know, Paul, today I went back to
Paul?
bed... sorry, Paul, I'm thinking about Paul.
It's Craig.
Can't stop thinking about Paul.
It's Craig.
Hi, Craig. Sorry about that. I was just thinking about another man. I dropped my daughter off at school today, went back to bed, thought I'll just have a little lie down, won't be long. Woke up at 12:30, and that was only because someone rang up.
Sounds like bliss.
It was
Sounds
Never
bliss.
go to
like
sleep at that
bliss.
time of the day.
Matey, will you stop
We
that?
had Domino's today.
Well, I'm having it again.
Okay. Craig, how may we be of service to thee?
Well, I just thought I'd ring. I've been listening to you for years. It's
Oh.
Absolute Radio Days.
Oh, wow, flipping it, long time
You
ago.
wanted somebody to ring who'd not spoken to you before. I thought I'd give you a ring.
How you doing, Craig? How's life going?
Yeah, all right. A bit knackered.
Why
Done my
knackered?
back in. Had a big
Uh-oh.
sneeze today. Done my back in.
What?
Oh.
Did you do your back in sleeping?
Sneezing.
No, sneeze.
Sneezing. Oh, God. Well, okay. We talked about how that sneezing can be dangerous yesterday. So what are you doing? Just lying on the sofa, taking it easy?
Pretty much.
That's the way to.
Pretty
That's the
much
way to
lying
be.
my front, not doing much.
No. Ice. Ice is better than heat.
Yeah, I know.
Cold is.
I've got one of those like cartoon ice bag things.
Oh.
They're fantastic.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. I thought they were just like in old black and white films and cartoons. You know, like the bags where you put ice in and then you screw the top on.
Oh, yes.
It looks like a
Exactly
beret.
that. I ordered it from AliExpress in 2016 and it came about 3 weeks ago.
That's how I want. But, okay, for Christmas, that's all I want.
What? An ice pack?
It's one of those. That's it. I don't want anything else apart from that. I would love that. That to me sounds perfect. Perfect. So what's the plan this weekend, Craig? Are you going to break the law and meet up with more than 6 people? I wouldn't blame you if you did.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to go to a static caravan in Devon.
Nice.
That sounds all right, doesn't it?
Well, it's actually called a chalet, but I've been before and it is really a static caravan.
It doesn't matter, does
They
it?
just made it look like a chalet.
I've been to one of those in Funstanton, and they called it a leisure lodge. But yeah, it was a caravan that they'd cemented in. A leisure lodge, imagine.
You can say it's in Devon, is it?
It is.
If you see any of the Poseidon team, give them a boot up the arse and tell them it came from us.
Yeah.
Literally, physically kick their anus.
Oh.
Tell them it came
Yeah,
from
that's what
Katherine.
they well clear of that dog. It's
So,
well scary.
he's scared of cats, apparently. He's usually scared of cats. So you're just going for the weekend? Are you going for the week? What's the plan?
I'm going till Tuesday, that's all.
And is it just you or what anyone else?
Right now, it's just me.
Oh.
Just me. And some time on my own.
Mate, that is... I started doing that maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I rented a cottage in Wales. And it was the first time I'd been away on my own. And it was just for like 5 nights, Airbnb. And it was great. I was a bit worried, would I go a bit nuts? Well, I loved it. I went out for walks, I read, I sat by the fire, I cooked. It was incredible, man.
It's great. It's just weird when you tell people you're going to do it. They react in a really odd way. Really odd way.
They do. I imagine there's quite often are you all right?
Yeah, exactly.
You all right?
It's not a breakdown.
Do you know what? I quite like the idea. I've been around other people for the last 6 months, and I could do with a little space and some time.
I mean, I live on my own now, so it's slightly different. But it's the act. I don't know if you live on your own.
Being
Craig.
away.
It's the act of travelling
Yeah.
somewhere, being somewhere different and new, and being away. Lino says, I don't know if this is true or not, but Lino would
But
know.
he would know, yeah.
It's the dogging capital of the UK.
Well, let's see.
We'll see. He's not said no. We'll see. Well, have a wicked time, Craig. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you relax, or whatever you want to get out of it, you get out of it.
Will do. All right,
Thank you,
guys.
mate.
Nice
Stay
to
safe.
meet you.
Have a good
See you later.
time. Bye, bye.
Bye. Nice guy.
Gosh, imagine sneezing your back out.
Yeah. Well, you can do.
Yeah.
You can do.
Yeah.
Missed a call there. So we'll take that. Oh, frozen oranges tonight, guys. Frozen oranges. We're going to do the frozen oranges.
I'll sort your COVIDs out.
Thank you for that, Lino. Lovely little update. One of my favourite
Hello.
chatters is Lino. Hello, Nigel.
Oh, hello, Ian. How are you? Right.
I'm all right. We found... we missed your call, so we thought we'd call you back.
You all right?
Oh, thank you. You just got my message then.
We didn't listen to it, no.
Oh no, but you knew I called.
Yep, it came up on the screen that you called, yeah.
Oh, so you get everybody who calls, it comes up on your screen. to tell you.
Exactamundo, Officer Poncherello.
Every single person, Paul.
I'm just watching GoldenEye at the moment.
Is that a film or?
The James Bond.
It's a good one. That it's a good one. It's also a really good game, GoldenEye.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Yeah.
I've seen it lots of times. But that lady that squeezes people to death, she hangs on the tree at the end.
On a top.
I remember that.
That's her name, isn't it?
She gets still hanging on a tree, don't she? The helicopter binds something round her neck.
Yeah.
That's quite a good film, really. I'll tell you what film you might like. I like. It's called Monster with Christina Ricci. It's Have you ever seen that one, Ian?
I can't. Yeah, I think I have.
It's a true story about a woman that murdered a lot of people and was put to death in America.
Arlene Foster.
Arlene. Yeah,
That's the thing that Nick Brumfield did the documentary about. Yeah, I have seen it.
Yeah.
Good film. Yeah.
It's rather a good film with Christina Ricci.
Yeah, it's a very good film. Very good film.
She plays a lesbian, Christina Ricci.
Yep.
It's a good story, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's horrible what happened to her. Arlene Wuornos. Thank you.
I don't like the violence in it, the shooting.
No.
That's kind of the whole film, isn't it?
But she's very good in it. Very good. What I like to call acting.
You wouldn't even think it's her, would you, by the makeup?
No.
She looks really ugly to what she really looks like in real life. I'm just going into the kitchen now. That's rice pudding.
Oh, nice. Is rice pudding?
I've had a good day today.
Good. You were a bit down yesterday.
Well, I didn't get wet today. I got wet yesterday because it rained quite a bit. But today it wasn't so bad. But really cold, though, wasn't it?
Windy, yeah.
Ever so windy and cold.
Okay. It wasn't. It was windy where I was. It was a bit chilly actually. I had to put a cardi on.
I had to wear a jacket on the bike because I felt it pretty chilly on the bike.
Yeah.
I cycled 25 miles again to Hildenborough to see a friend in a shop who works in the shop. Then
I
went to see. Can you hear me? Okay. And I went to see a vicar friend who gave me a few quid. So I've got plenty of friends, and I've got some money now as well.
Great. That's good news. I'm really pleased.
And there's a vicar that likes me quite a lot. He's quite a friendly chap, and he gave me some money.
Good.
That's all right.
Good for him.
Not my local vicar. This is outside the village.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've had a good day. Couldn't be too bad. I've got food in now because I had enough money. I had a fish dinner, rice pudding, and I've got some buns to go with some soup.
Beautiful. Well done. It sounds like you've had a very successful, very positive day.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I sing you a song to finish?
Please sing us a song now because we're about to move on. So let's have the song.
Can I do I Miss You again? That one.
Why the hell not? God damn it!
You're shouting at me.
No, I'm not. No.
What were you? Why the hell not? But in a joking way.
No, I was just saying why the hell not in the way that you would say why the hell not. So let's have the song now, Nigel.
Don't wind me up.
Okay, let's have the song now, Nigel.
Yes. Okay. Right.
Oh, Big Boy's not the camera. Okay.
Well, I miss you smile, that I may shed a tear every once in a while. Even though it's different now, you're still here somehow. Now I won't let you go. Yes, I need you to know. I miss you, sha-la-la. I miss you, I miss you, I miss your smile, that I may shed a tear every once in a while. Even though it's different now, you're still here somehow. I won't let you go. Yes, I need you to know. I miss you, la-la-la. I miss you.
Thank you, Nigel. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Nigel.
Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We saw some Big Boy action there, guys.
I saw his reflection in this side of the bowl.
He's not.
There is.
He's going for a dunk.
Oh.
He's nudged the camera. No, he's not. He's going up on the sofa. He's sat by the litter tray. There is Big Boy. So, Katie, if you like him so much, I'll give you his number and he can phone you. There is Big Boy. Must be bored in there.
Well, yeah, he's used to roaming around.
He's recalibrating.
Yeah. They bounce back, pardon the terminology, very quickly, don't they, from getting their bits taken off and out.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
It really surprised me. Oh, look. Sit by the door.
Hello?
Hello, you just called us.
Hi, yeah. Oh, it's always tough to follow Nigel, isn't it? But
Not that tough, no. Hello, what's your name, caller?
Simon.
Hello,
Southport.
Simon. Hey, Simon from Southport.
No, I was just listening to an old LBC show you did
Oh,
from
blimey.
30th of July 2006. Can you remember that all?
I cannot remember what we did last Wednesday, let alone what I did in 2006.
Well, it was the infamous No Presenter show.
Oh, the Sunday night. Oh, so this is an idea I had, right? So it's a Sunday night, Triple M, straight to air, but we wouldn't have a presenter. So it would just be, I would go in and we'd just open up the lines and people would call in. And it was a car crash. And after the first, everyone was really worried about it. And it got in the papers and stuff. And I had Chris producing me and Bob, Clive's producer, was in to be a grown-up. And after the first hour, David Lloyd phoned up Bob and said, it has to stop.
Oh.
It has to stop. And I kicked off and stuff. And then we went in and just did straight to air. But it didn't work. And he was right to pull it. It didn't work.
What didn't work? People were taking the mick.
I don't remember. Why didn't it work? I don't remember why.
Well, it just got filled with a lot of kids being a bit too... They weren't swearing. The swears came later on. After you
now, this is the thing.
The swears came from Iain.
The swears... Yeah. So the first hour was no presenter and it didn't work. And I'll come back to it in a second. But then I think it was that night that towards the end, and you'll know if it was, Simon, towards the end, someone phoned up and said, Iain, I just want to say you're a C. And I hit the dump button, right?
But it didn't work.
Well, it did, but then some people phoned up and said, we heard that. And what it was, it had been dumped on FM, but it hadn't been dumped on DAB.
Oh.
And it was like, oh my God, can this get any worse? So do you hear the CCCCCs in there?
No, you don't.
Okay, all right, they got cut out. All right.
Yeah.
New to this too says, do it again to find out why. We did do it again and it was brilliant.
Well, and this is why I want to go back to it. It bothered me for years. It bothered me for years that it didn't work because I knew it was a brilliant idea. And then it came to me. What it needed was a little bit of music in the background and it needed just a little bit more nudging of what we learned out we could do later was off air. I could speak to the callers. So I could say to a caller, and it's a trick that we've done for years now, I can go online. It was a bit tricky at Talk Radio, but I could go onto the phone line and go, hello. And that means the person on the people listening on the radio wouldn't hear it, but the person on the phone would hear it and go, yeah, well, look, I just want to say, and that was all you needed.
They start talking.
And so we did it. We've done it a couple of times since. And it frustrated me for years that we didn't get it right. Wow, but you listened to that, man. Yeah,
it was great. It was so good. But and then the last about half an hour of the show, you were just playing MP3s because it just got too much.
Because I was...
You having a row, were you?
No, I wasn't having a row. I was furious. I was humiliated. But also the guy had phoned up and said the C word 6 times and it had gone out. Yeah. And it just proved that the dump didn't work. And I said, well...
You lost confidence.
No, I didn't lose confidence. I just knew that it would already been a disaster and I was going to get in trouble for that. So it's like, right, well, we're just going to stop because...
Yeah, you can't trust the system.
Cannot trust the system.
That's what I meant by losing confidence.
Yeah. So we pulled it. But it was... Imagine doing that on LBC now, Simon.
Oh, wow.
Imagine if Ian Dale or Eddie Mayer did that.
They wouldn't.
They're two guys that I really like, by the way. I'm fans of both of them. I know Ian a little bit, but I'd love to hear them doing it. Or Andrew Castle.
Those Sunday night shows, though, Ian, they were ace. It was so good.
Oh, thank you, mate.
I just go through and download the Sunday ones. That's all.
They were my favourite. We didn't get paid very much. Chris didn't get paid at all. We just did it because we knew it was a good idea, and we pulled it. I pulled it because I pulled it a couple of months before I left because the new boss hated it, and I went to a meeting with him, and I knew he was gonna try and make me stop doing them, but he couldn't. Right? He couldn't just say you're not doing it because I was contracted. And so to completely undermine him and to take his power away from us, I mean, look, John, just before we go any further, I think the Sunday nights have run their course, and I'd really like to stop them. I'd like to. The last one we did was perfect. I'd like to make that the last one. Completely took the wind out of his sails. It was wonderful. Well, if you're sure. So I'm glad you like those, Simon. They were so much fun to do, and it really felt like at the time that we were doing something new and exciting, and it's been tough to kind of recapture that magic since. So thank you.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, you could tell you were having fun most of the time doing them.
Yeah.
Because it's just hilarious.
Have you had the one where we had the Japanese band in?
Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
That might have
I've
been
gone through them about 3 or 4 times over the last few years.
That might have been the last one. We had this insane Japanese band in, none of whom spoke English, and we had one member of the Kurikorda Quartet in, and so we phoned up Tokyo with the other 3 members, and they played a song live over the phone. Oh, it was great. That might have been the last one, actually.
There's some classics. They're really, really good. I recommend them to anyone who's listening.
Thank you, Simon. I appreciate you bringing that up, and maybe some people are going to check it out.
If you want to talk about it or not, but I thought
I'm happy to talk about anything, the good and the bad. You know us. What me and Katherine will address anything from our history.
Oh, excellent! Great, nice talking to you.
Thank you, mate. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Okay.
I was thinking about. I've never quite captured that excitement and that danger because me and Chris, who was my producer then, we didn't know the rules. He now produces Nick Ferrari and he produced Farage and stuff. It's incredible, but we didn't know the rules, so we would just go in and do stuff. And sometimes we get told off for doing it, and all we'd do then was go, "Oh, really sorry,
that won't happen again.
Won't do it again."
Yeah.
But we'd done it at that point, and we only ever wanted to do something once, so it was fine. I have been considering Oh, hang on. Iain, I listened to a show from early January today where you spoke to Rhythmic Paul, who was ill. You then said, if you were head of a superpower state, you would forget using nukes, and the best way to subdue enemies would be to spray a country with a nasty cold.
Gosh, you've been found out.
I have been thinking, Pete does What's on the Tapes?
Yeah.
I have been thinking of listening to like really old radio shows that I've done and sort of doing like a director's commentary. And there's a thing I've thought about, but I don't know where you'd source the tapes from. Mm-hmm. And I've lost all of mine. They went missing. They went missing in the garage when I was married. I mean, I don't know. I know we moved them there, and I know when I moved out they weren't there. And you make of that what you will. But you get cassettes that people have recorded, and you listen to those live in the same way that Pete does with his VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And you listen to those live. Now it might be the charts. Someone's recorded where they've cut out the thing. Brilliant. Or it could be like a party or,
that could be good.
Something like that. But I don't know where you get the tapes from. So that's the end of that idea.
Well,
let's look on
Can you not look on eBay? I mean, again, this is...
Well, I did look on Facebook Marketplace. What would you type in?
Used cassettes.
2 S's and 2 T's.
Yeah, but not 2 E's.
Doesn't matter.
Blank audio.
Hang on. Let's
used blank.
Hang on. Right. Job lot. Used blank audio cassettes.
But they're blank.
Used but good condition. Writing on inside labels and some cassettes. Hang on a minute. Okay. Used but good condition, writing inside some cassettes. It doesn't really give it. Okay, well that's no good. Used cassette tapes times 2. But is there, I don't want if it's just got album. This is the problem is, a lot of them are just, they have taped albums on.
Mm.
I mean, they're beautiful things. What is that? I mean, it's just going to be 60s music. It's just going to be like albums and stuff. See, I want a more specific...
Favourite Light Classics 3.
I want a more specific phrase that would imply that people have recorded conversations on there. Job lot of used cassette tapes. What does that say? Diana Ross.
Diana, it's a good album.
Introducing Terence Trent D'Arby. U2 War, JJKL.
Look, these haven't even been rewound.
House Mix.
Joe's Party 91.
Ooh. Yeah, that would just be a party tape. That would be a mixtape, won't it? XTC, Drums and Wires. All right, well, suddenly I'm back in. Miles Davis, We Want Miles, The Cure. So what would you type in?
Job lot pre-recorded cassette tapes.
Let's have a little look at these.
Madonna.
Hanoi Rocks, Madonna, The Sisters of Mercy, The
John Bon
Damned.
Jovi. No, that's not it, is it?
What would you...
Would you put,
Get out of this.
no, mixtapes, you're just going to get music. You want...
80. Duke Ellington. I mean,
It's going to be...
Roaring 20s.
Basically, it's Grandad's
Jazz
cassettes,
piano.
isn't it?
Yeah. Home recordings. Let's try home recordings. Used cassettes. Home recordings. VHS.
Yeah.
VHS and beta. Blank. I don't want blank. No, okay. With VHS tapes, I have a few searches set up, but used VHS does tend to be the main thing, or blank VHS.
But with
the
the
used
used box
tick.
ticks.
Well, what does that mean? You need tapes where kids recorded their own show. That's exactly what I want. Is cassettes or tapes, would that be better for audio? Used cassettes, kids.
Oh.
New Kids on the Block. Used cassettes. Mum and Dad. I guess the big thing about cassettes is not only just to come see these people borrow events. Yes, Pete, that's exactly what I'm saying. You piece of trash. What about hitting Twitter with a request for old cassette tapes? Could do, but I know it's
But then
an
you'd have to
idea-
give a load of strangers your address.
Yeah, I know it's an idea I'm going to get bored of very quickly. Used audio tapes home recording.
Vintage Lot 27 music audio cassette tapes.
Ian Matthews, Kansas, John Hall, Frankie and the Knockouts, Earth, Wind and Fire, Crosby and Nash, live. There's some right old. Use Catherine's address instead. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, where my children live.
That's not a bad idea.
Great shout.
Okay, well, if anybody has any thoughts.
Simply Red.
The Bender, Bider Beck connection.
I thought I said Bender Beach connection.
Paul McCartney, Flowers in the Dirt. All right, well, that's not going to happen. Right, let's go. It's time for a little bit more of these logos that we've done. So
good.
The first one was from Tim. So this is another one from Tim. Okay,
Oh, it's
how am I
you.
gonna- How am I going to do this? Right, hang on. You need to...
It needs
You
to be
need to
smaller
help.
if you're
You
going
need
to
to
see.
help.
It needs to be smaller if you're going to see the thing, surely.
All right, well, you need...
Hang on.
Well, you don't know...
Shh, I do.
You're going up.
I know, I need to make it smaller. Look forward. Look, tilt your face a bit more. Tilt your face a bit more. There we go!
Oh,
Talk to me about divorce.
Gregorian, when I lost a lady, I cut my ear off. I wish Gregorian Emerson law had been around back in my day. Because, let me tell you, they won't chew your ear off. GELaw.co.uk for people who ain't nuts. Okay.
That went beautifully.
Okay, so that was Tim's number 2. Remember these, because there's going to be a comp. We're going to have a little comp. I might have done. Which one did we do with? Okay. Here's Paddy's number 2, and then we're going to do Colin's. Okay, face the front. Actually, I like it that big. Hang on. Let's do it in this. We're going to copy that. Copy. And we're going to go to here. Oh, get rid of paste. Goodbye. Okay, so you've got to face the front. Okay, hang on, if I move you down. Hang on, stay there. You've got stay straight. That's it.
I am. I'm just trying to. There.
Oh. That's it. Look ahead. Now talk to me. No.
Hi, I'm TV's Iain Lee. Look at my smiley face. I'm smiling because I'm divorced and I didn't go with Gregorian Emerson, but now I found out that it
Hang
can
on.
be... What?
Your head tilts to the side. There. Now don't move.
I'm smiling because turns out divorce can be fun with Gregorian Emerson. Family solicitors. Stroking my beard.
There we go. All right, so that's Paddy's number 2. Okay, so now we're going to do... Let's do Colin. Was it Colin? Yeah, let's do Colin's. I like Colin's. Colin's is freaky.
What's this?
Let's get that. We're going to copy that. You can have a go at this.
It's a weird one. Oh, a bit yawny all of a sudden. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, where are you? No, we don't want that one. Hang on. Colin.
Oh, look.
Copy. We got Katherine. We're going to get rid of you. And we're going to get rid of you.
Yes.
There we go. And we can paste.
All right, here we go.
Don't stop putting your head wonky. No, you just turn it the other way. That's it. Oh, I like that. I've got to bring you down a bit. There we go.
Make it slightly bigger.
Yeah. Lost it. There it is. There.
Hi.
Oh, you're wearing a mask. Look. GELaw.co.uk mask.
Oh, yes, I need to have my face in it.
No, but you can't. Oh,
Well, it's
Jesus.
against the rules.
Go.
Hi. I'm here to tell you about GE Law Family Solicitors. They take your divorce very seriously.
There we go. Perfect. We've got 2 more to do. We'll do those a little bit later on. Very quickly, our other sponsors are Poseidon Safety Management. Dear listener, Devon and Cornwall is a whole... We're out of focus again, this bloody camera. Come with me. 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 Talk to me about Poseidon Safety Management, please.
Poseidon Safety Management they have the largest supply of guard dogs in Devon and Cornwall. They recruit from the local areas, so they know the places like the backs of their hands and probably even better than that. And they care about where they're working, so they want to make it a safer place to live for everybody, partly because they live there too. So if you need something looking after in Devon and Cornwall, whether it be a small business or a really big one, give them a shout and have a chat with them, because they are really flexible and they're convinced that they can make you feel better about your situation. I mean, look at that.
34sp.com. What do we know about these guys, Boyle?
They are a internet service provider. No,
they're not.
They're not. They're a web hosting business based in Manchester, but it doesn't really matter because they're based worldwide. And in fact, they've sent their team home. They're all working from home and have been since before the government even thought to send people home, because they want to make sure that their employees feel comfortable at work, whether that be at actual work or at home. They are a specialist in WordPress. So if you want to set up your own website and you might be a complete beginner, they're brilliant. They will hold your hand through the whole thing. And if you use the code TLNA, you will get 3 months absolutely free.
They will host your website, is what they'll do.
No, but they've got great customer service. So if you need someone to talk you through it, they will literally do that.
There we go. Someone's Waste Solutions for all of your waste needs. Maybe you run a big company. Maybe you work for a big company. Maybe you just got like a shop. Maybe like me, you had to scrub out maggots and crap from a wheelie bin. They probably wouldn't do it for one wheelie bin, but if you had 10, they could probably sort you out. I did it myself. I gagged a few times, I had rubber gloves on, and I scraped out crap and maggots, and then I bleached it, and then I hosed it, and then I bleached it again, and then I hosed, and I left it to settle, then I hosed it, and now it's upside down in the back garden. You don't need to do that if you go with these guys. They will save you money, and they will make you greener. SummersWasteSolutions.com. I'm tired tonight, man. I am tired. Oh, so tired tonight. Tomorrow at midday, I am doing Lost Revisited.
Oh, okay.
Watching episode 1 on here. You're welcome to join me. And then I'll take some phone calls. If no one calls, I'll talk about it, and that will go out as a podcast on the new Patreon thing. Also, I'm going to do Man Up Snowflake podcasts. So if you want, and I know I got loads of emails about it before, if you want to come on a podcast and have like a long chat with me, like maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes about your mental health stuff, we'll have a few of the war stories. I like a few war stories, but more importantly, I'm into solutions. What worked for you and all of that stuff. Then send me an email, Iain@iainlee.com. If you want, I'm going to record a few of those next week, and they're going to go out on Patreon. And then about 10 weeks later, I'm going to start releasing them to the general public. But check out the Patreon. That's my side hustle. I'm doing Zoom lunches.
The works.
$20. $20. You get podcasts. You get a Zoom lunch. You get a 90-second personalised message for you, a member of your family, like the stuff we do on Cameo, but cheaper. And there's cheaper ones as well. So I was just going to look at that.
Leslie, I've just seen your comment in the chat. I've been trying to find the show, she says, where you read out that ghost story from a magazine. Couldn't find it anywhere. That's Chat It's Fate. In fact, I got a new copy of it through the post today.
We've got loads of them.
Got a new one today. So maybe we'll do one of those next week.
Yeah, man. I'm so tired. I'm tired. Oh, my legs ache. Can I tell you what my legs ache? Because when I dropped the car off yesterday, after, having broken down for hours, it was a 45-minute walk back from the garage to my house. Now I've got to pay £750. What a week. I will be glad when this week is over.
Yeah. It's been a tough few weeks, actually.
I will be glad when this goddamn year... You say that, I'll be glad when this year's over. It don't make any difference. The time it still carries on. Shit luck doesn't know that it's January the 1st. It goes, okay, time's up. You can have some fun now. Go on, look after yourself.
No, but it allows some people to feel like things might change.
DG says, did you get an apology from the AA? I got all of my money back because I used to be on the telly and I got a blue tick. And they pretty much said that. So, yeah. Are you going to watch Utopia? No, I've got no idea what it is. Here we go. What do you want to do?
What time is it?
And Neil says, I'm sorry about the DVD game. Oh, no, that's funny yesterday. That was funny. Okay, we'll have a look at those a bit later on if we get time. The entries are closed, but we'll have a look at them a bit later on. Frozen oranges.
Yes. Right, so this is the idea of
Hugh the actor.
Hugh the actor. He said that he had in his words, a solution for COVID, wasn't it?
Well, that's what he originally said. Then he denied.
We got excited, but what he means was, I think he means a coping mechanism for the stress induced by the situation.
Can I look at this?
Excuse me a second, please.
Oh, they're solid.
Solid, the frozen.
It was two of my cats. Which cat was that? Lucky. Bucky's not come in. Why did the pizza go? I ran her over. Two of my cats on the laundry licking each other.
Right. Frozen orange. Clack, clack, clack.
Come with me. There. But I don't know what we're supposed to do with them.
Are we supposed to hold the orange and think about the orange? But it's just really cold.
I don't really like cold oranges.
No.
So, Hugh, if you're watching...
We could do with the accompaniment, please.
So I think it goes up... I'll put it up your bum hole first.
No. No. Ah! No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Bugger off. Bugger off.
See, he placed it on the forehead, didn't he? Oh, shoot.
I don't like this idea. Ah, bugger off, will you?
Do it. That is cold.
Okay, so...
One up the bum, no harm done.
Well, I think it would do quite a lot of harm, actually. You've seen Dumb and Dumber when he gets his tongue stuck to...
If I had a migraine, this would be great. But it's just...
You could also... I think you could probably do a murder with this.
Well, you kill
The
someone
perfect murder.
and eat it. But what is the point of it? Hugh, if you're watching, what is the point of that, please?
Can you eat it still? Well...
I can eat it still, but I tend to move a little bit.
Might break your teeth.
Oh, can I show you the... We were going to show this yesterday and we didn't. We mentioned it. Hang on, let me just... So, I don't know how many of these I've done. I think this might be the first. Right. This, we talked about George Harrison on Rutland Weekend TV. This is lovely. George...
Atari Tiger, my aunt worked in a hospital and there was an alarming amount of people who came in with light bulbs up their backsides.
There's nothing alarming about that. I think it's quite enlightening.
Apparently it's quite common.
Watch this. This is great, man. George, this is great. Rutland
light
Weekend
bulb,
TV,
though.
That was the spin-off, one of the spin-offs of Monty Python.
Well now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, Mr. George Harrison sings.
I love this.
A pirate's life for me. All my friends are pirates and they sail the BBC. I got a jolly Roger, it's a black and white and fast. So get out of your skull and crossbones and run it up your mast. With yo and I got a jolly Roger, it's a black and white and fast. So get out of your skull and crossbones, running up your mast. Altogether I like to be a pirate's life for me. And all my friends are pirates and sail the BBC. Got a jolly Roger, it's a black and white and fast. So get out of your skull and crossbones, running up your mast.
And introducing George Harrison
as Pirate Bob.
It's good, isn't it? Have you seen any of the Ruttles playing?
No.
They are. Oh, we go.
Chromebook has up to 12 hours of battery life. Movie night just got longer. Switch to Chromebook.
Now, yesterday and today, our theater's been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of photographers from all over the nation, and these veterans agree with me that the city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool who call themselves the Ruttles. Now, tonight, please be entertained by them. Right now, and again in the second half of our show, ladies and gentlemen,
The Ruttles, let's hear it, Bob.
I'm not the kind of guy who likes to play Big Brother.
Poor Neil Innes. The guy on the right, Ricky Fatah, was actually a Beach Boy for 2 or 3 years.
Oh,
Beach Boy.
yeah.
The drummer, Barry Wom, runs a pub in Cambridge. They're so good. The film, I don't know if the film would... it's good. Apparently, after George Harrison went to the screening of that, and he turned around after that song and said to Neil Innes, "That one's too close." That one's too close. Brilliant. It is good. I don't know if the Python bits kind of would stand up quite so well, but the songs, oh man, we've got a guy coming on, somebody who's written a book about it's called Fab Fools. It's a good book. It's about the comedy of the Beatles. And he talks a lot about the Ruttles. He's coming on in October at some point when the book comes out. So
Yeah, because didn't they all have sort of different attitudes to it?
Yeah,
Paul,
very much so.
Paul didn't like it.
Paul didn't like that. No, because they kind of made him out to be a little bit soppy and what have you.
Well.
Right, I've got to move everything.
Hey, speaking of Pauls.
Speaking of Pauls. Now you've been called out on Twitter, my good man.
Hey.
Did you not hear the summons?
You've been called out on Twitter.
What's happened?
Well, what's your title?
Title?
Yeah. Your self-awarded title on this show.
I am the Paul of all Pauls.
Right. And we've had a rogue Paul calling us.
Well,
this week. We've had a rogue caller Paul whose calls are balls. And you have been called out by several people on Twitter for not stepping in and either defending Paul or stepping away and saying this has nothing to do with the rest of the Paul community. So, what's going on, big man?
Well, I've been very busy. I was a witness to the Paul call, because there was more than one. And yes, I vocalized my protests to the room. Obviously not audible to any of you.
Right.
But I call balls on Paul's calls.
Okay.
No recollection of that behaviour whatsoever.
Have you spoken to the Paul in question?
I have not, because he is not a worthy Paul.
No. Hashtag not all Pauls.
Okay. Je suis Paul.
Je ne suis pas Paul.
Okay. All right. How may we help you this evening, Paul? Because for those at home, this is George. You are now getting a...
Named after the late George Harrison.
Named after George Harrison, yeah. Hello, darling boy. Yes, Paul.
Yes, no, I called because I heard my name summoned multiple times, and I thought that I had a few minutes free. I'm actually calling from London.
Oh,
what's happening, man? How come you're not in the big G?
I've got I've got some work down here, so I've been in rehearsals all day and concerts on Monday evening. Back up to the big G on Tuesday
with an orchestra.
With an orchestra, socially distant.
How are you finding that? Must be a thrill
and weird.
Well, I mean, I've been doing it for a few weeks now, so I'm in the groove, so to speak.
Yeah.
It is weird because it's so spread out, but it's great to be playing music again. It's really nice.
Does it change the sound?
you can't rely so much on what you hear.
Yeah.
Because you are so spread out. I mean, the room we're rehearsing in at the moment, we're using up all of the audience space.
Wow.
Just to seat the orchestra.
So you're used to sitting in this sort of big cloud of sound with everyone quite tucked away together and aiming it outwards, and now you're... Wow.
I'm going to ask a question that's going to sound dumb, but it's a really good question. Have any studies been done on the dispersal of spit via trumpets and trombones and tubas?
Yes, they have.
Have they?
Yeah. I think that there are varying protocols depending on where you are in the world. On the continent, they're slightly more relaxed with the spacing. I think string players can be 1 meter apart.
Right.
But in general, they are saying that brass and woodwind players, and I think the worst offenders are actually the flute and there's one other, I forget now, but 3 meters distant is the safe zone.
Oh, I bet, because it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, final question from me.
Was that you having an idea?
What is it? Why do sometimes trumpets wear top hats? Bowler hats. Why do sometimes trumpets wear bowler hats?
Huh?
The actual instrument.
They have sometimes a trumpet.
You know why?
Sometimes a trumpet, when it's feeling fancy, they'll put a bowler hat in its hole.
You know why, really, don't you?
I don't know. What is it, to look posh?
You get to, you have all these different mutes. And there's a particular, there's a wah-wah mute, I should say. So you'll get the sound wah, 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 wah. And literally they're doing that with a little cone that you stick on the end of the bell of the trumpet to change the sound.
You said bell.
Ding, ding.
I like that. Okay, well, those are all my musical questions.
I have no further questions.
I think he lives.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm willing to permit that.
He is spared.
Thank you.
What are you staying in a hotel?
Hotel, yeah.
You relaxed with all of that?
I have very little choice. I've been quite horrified at the number of adjustable, elasticated moustache and beard users there are out there. I don't understand.
No.
Just cover it all up. It's not a problem for me, I'll put it that way. And for the sake of everybody in all of this, particularly with the numbers doing what they're doing, why you've got people doing, I mean, that to me is kind of the most stupid one, because so the virus isn't going to come out your nose.
Yeah I've seen that a bit, and I saw one woman walking around Tesco the other day, and she was wearing the mask as she went in, and then when she got in, what's the confined space, she pulled it down so she could have a chat.
Yeah.
I'm done with
You
all
can't.
of this. I'm
You
done
can't.
with people.
You can't control what other people do.
No, sadly.
And I get why security isn't challenging them, because, okay, what's the next part of that conversation? Would you put your mask on? No.
Yeah. Hostility.
Yeah.
There was also a study, I don't remember the exact stats, but it's something like 20% of people, I can't remember that stat, but 14% of people that are contacted by the test and trace people and are told you have been in contact with someone who has got symptoms and you need to isolate, only 14% of people are doing that. It's a battle we cannot win. We cannot win it. We cannot win it.
Yeah.
People are cruelly saying Polvid-19. Man, but is stuff all right? Is stuff all right? Are you okay?
Yeah, I've got a lot on my plate right now. The next few weeks are going to be mental, but in a good way. But it's quite overwhelming when I think about the amount of stuff I've got to do.
Can we help in any way?
Do what you're doing. I missed most of your show yesterday because I was on the train, and my phone wasn't doing it. So I have some homework to do.
It was possibly the best one we've ever done.
It was good yesterday.
And the thing is, I knew it was going to be a good one because I'd had a shit day, and that's the rule of it. It's whenever it's a bad day,
or we've had a row,
or I hate to say it, someone's died. The show is great because suddenly it's a release, and there's a little bit of insanity, but also because we had 2,500 people watching us because we're going on the front page for Thursdays. And I said to Katherine afterwards, isn't it silly how confident it makes you when you see a big number?
Yeah.
And listen, 650 we've got now. That is incredible. That is brilliant. But having 2,500 just gave us a whole new burst.
Yeah, and it's a weird one because we know that there is a kind of false reading when you were on the front page anyway, right? Because it's whoever happens to see you on the carousel as they hit the homepage. But we had a lot of new followers yesterday.
Yeah, it was a successful show.
So something's going on. But it makes a heck of a difference, doesn't it? It's like, when you're a kid and your mum gives you, I don't know, like a magic shell or something, and you put it in your pocket and you feel like you are invincible all day. And really, it's just it was that, wasn't it? It was that.
Nice.
Anyway, we're both a bit tired tonight. It's the weekend. I don't like weekends. I don't really like weekends. I find them hard work and...
Yeah, we kind of need routine at the moment, don't we?
I've also got the unresolved stress. I was supposed to feel better Thursday evening because Thursday was the first day of college. And that was been building up. And I didn't get a chance for that stress to evaporate. So I now have that stress carrying over till next Thursday. And there's part of me that's thinking, why have I signed up for a course that's 95 miles away? Why have I not signed up for a course nearer me? The reasons are, this is a really good course, been recommended by someone. If I did the course nearer me, it would add an extra year onto it, and it would probably add an extra £4,000 onto it. So the reasons, saying that, I've just spent £750 on getting my car fixed. So,
It'll be good for you. That's the reason.
It might be.
And you know it will.
It might be. I don't know it will. It might be. It might not be.
I think it will.
Shut your face.
We both think it will.
All right, Paul.
All right, then.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Paul. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Look how tired I look. Got a big old red nose, got a grey face. Gonna get a haircut Monday.
Sweet.
That's what's happening.
Here we go.
Good evening.
Oh, hello. I know that voice.
Hi, how are you both doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I haven't called in a few weeks. I have tuned in, but there's been other things on. Like I think the Dick and Dom thing was on, which I actually really enjoyed the talk. But I just wanted to see how you're both doing, and Iain, how your foot is.
It's athlete's foot.
What?
Yeah.
It's athlete's foot. It's not a verruca. But but good news. I think I've got a verruca in my heel.
Oh, that's good news, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the bad news is you're about to see it.
No, you're not, because I've got the tape on. I went to a paedophile.
No.
Podiatrist, excuse me.
Yes.
I went to a podiatrist.
Yeah.
I had the time of my life with Louise, I think her name was. She was great. We chatted. I asked her why it's podiatry, not chiropodry anymore, and she told me. The answer is it's standardization. It's like when they turn marathons into Snickers and Jif into Sif. It's standardization. So chiropodists are kind of old-fashioned and British. Podiatrists means you have to have gone to university. But some of the old chiropodists have got the same skills as a podiatrist, so they kind of have to sit a little test, and if they passed that or could show they had the skills, they were upgraded to podiatrists. So if you find a chiropodist now, it will be an old man who doesn't want to change, right? So there was that. I got a fungal. I got a George. I'm really sorry, dude, but you're going to have to move off of my knee. Get your claws out, George. All right, you can stay there.
His claws are always out.
Right. I've got a kitten doing the same thing on my foot, so I feel
okay.
your pain.
Okay, so we go to camera 2. So this is where I think the new verrucas are.
Yeah.
This.
Oh God.
I don't know if you can see this.
I'm so shocked that it's a verruca. Do I owe you an apology?
No. You don't owe me an apology. We talked about the tape and we talked about banana skins.
Yep.
And I said, do they work? She went, there's no studies have been conducted to show whether they work or not, but I have had enough people who I have seen before and after they've used the tape and before and after they've used banana skins that I am firmly of the belief they do work.
Okay, I like to hear that.
And
Did
do you
tell
know?
her-
Go
Did
on.
you tell her that you got it off a woman on Twitch?
I said, yes, I did. And here's the thing: do you know what they do? What podiatrists do to verrucas now? Because they don't freeze them. They haven't frozen them for about 10 or 15 years. That's been outlawed. Do you know what they do?
Cut down and scrape?
No, they leave them.
Really?
They don't touch them because she reckons that it's only about 40% effective. Any treatment they've got, there's a new one which is microwaving, which is still too new to be. She said it's interesting, but it's too new to really be, But she said any treatment that we use is 40%, right? So so it's just over a third. So if someone goes to a chiropodist or a podiatrist and they do treatment on you for 6 months and it doesn't work, well, then word gets around that podiatrist isn't very good. When really,
just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So they leave it.
Wow.
And also, because it's a virus, you'll always have it in you. Like herpes, you'll always have it in you. It's all right, they get rid of it. Comes back.
Wow, then. That told me.
Here is my foot. Here is what we believe is athlete's foot.
Ugh,
I've
God,
got
it's
to buy
awful.
some more cream to put on it, but it's just a fungal infection. But then on the top of my foot, that's the infection I got.
From the tape.
From just the tape.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Well, no, it was my fault because I wrapped tape all around my foot.
Well, no, I wrapped the tape around your foot, remember? But that's how I thought it was done.
Well, yeah, so you put tape all around my foot. And
What
she
have I
laughed.
done?
You basically, I've had to turn down this year's Strictly Come Dancing because of that.
And
How
pretty.
much do I owe you?
$25,000.
Shit.
And don't forget about the Pretty Polly contract.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
no, you weren't. I didn't know you were up for that.
Yeah.
I was up for
He was
it.
going to do the legs, the clock legs, and everything.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to
Oh, no picking, no picking, no picking.
I'm going to auction off this dry skin.
Stop it! Stop it!
Make sure you sign
God.
it first.
I will sign that for the ladies.
Oh my God! Don't be. This is TOS, isn't it? This is.
Also, Catherine, I owe you an apology for the toe bro. I saw you wincing because I had to go on another call, but I was
Remember we
watching it
watched the
on
toe bros?
mute in the background.
Oh, the toe bro was disgusting.
Well, now the last one of those feet thing I put on YouTube got a warning flagged up.
I'm not surprised. It was horrific.
It's disgusting, isn't it? I love it. I love
There's
it.
an even better one, but I'll maybe send it to you on Skype. if you
Send
want
it to
watch
us
but
privately,
it's
yes.
Incredible.
You, Emma, I'm afraid, are perverts.
Emma is my favourite
I never
lady.
said I wasn't.
Emma and I are going to get married and we're going to rub our dry, disgusting, diseased feet together.
Ugh.
They'll be so dry they'll cause a campfire.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, Emma! That's what we want.
Look forward to it.
Thank you, Emma. Nice to talk to you. See you later on.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Bye. See, they always sound normal, don't they, the perverts?
Who's this? We got a voice message.
Disgusting.
Oh, hello. It's Chris. I do Iain the Egg Pod, which Ian's been on.
Oh.
But, yeah. If you're about, give us a call. Okay.
Chris, we're about.
Leaving a message as if it's for your secretary.
Chris, we're about, buddy.
Hello.
Hello, is that Chris from I Am the Egg Pod?
Oh, hello.
This is Iain and Katherine!
How are you both?
Yeah, nice to hear your voice, man. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, I've just been enjoying your... I've actually joined Twitch just so I can watch you.
Oh, well, bless your soul.
In a non-stalkery way. I'm
Bless
watching Richard Herring as well. So.
There's some good stuff about. I haven't found any Beatles content. Yeah, I wonder if that might be worth having.
Maybe
a look
you could
for.
sort that out, Chris.
Oh no, I'm getting told off by my wife as it is for doing the podcast. So.
I have found a new Beatles podcast.
There's a lot coming out. There's dozens.
There's a lot.
What have you got?
My favourite one, my favourite one of all time, and they're coming on when they start season 3, is, I can never remember the name of it, so let me have a quick look. Nothing Is Real. The two Irish guys, Nothing Is Real, is great.
Oh, yes.
They're good.
They're brilliant.
I've started listening to the Beatles naked, which I'm enjoying, but I just think the episodes are a little bit too long.
Why are you listening to him naked?
No, shush now. But there's a new one that I've just found, because he liked a tweet of mine, and I love the title of it, Beatles Books. And there's only 2 episodes, and the first one is about Ken Womack, John Lennon, 1980, The Last Days in the Life. And the second one, he talks to Ken McNabb about And in the End.
Fantastic.
So Beatles Books is the podcast I recommend to you guys right now.
I'll tell you another one, a really good one, in the US. It's 2 women. It's Diana Erickson. I can't remember the other person. Basically, it's all based around John and Paul's relationships. It's called Another Kind of Mind podcast.
Ooh, okay, let me check that out. I'm just trying to get our cameras in focus. Hang on, there we go. Another Kind of Mind. All right.
Yeah, it's all about the last few years as the Beatles split up. And their whole premise is that when they all went off to Rishikesh, something happened in Rishikesh between John and Paul.
Ooh.
And after then, everything changed. And this has been historically kind of proven, I guess, with various interviews. But something went on. No one can quite say, but they were never quite the same. And they build upon that. And I think you'd love it.
I'm downloading. I've just subscribed. I've just downloaded the first 5 episodes. Thank you very much, Eggpod Chris. And for those who don't know, Chris does a really lovely podcast about the Beatles. I've been on it a couple of times. Had some really good guests, Mark Lewison, David Quantick, Samira Ahmed. And each guest picks an album from the Beatles or a solo album that they really like that may have been overlooked or may not have been overlooked, and talk about it. And it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, reason I'm ringing is Neil Innes. I think it was his last interview he did on Eggpod last year.
Oh, lovely Neil Innes.
Watching your Ruttles things. Oh, man. Have you met him?
Yeah, I met him. He came on Absolute, maybe 10 years ago. Well, 10 years ago. And it was a delight and it was a joy. And he was going to come on the talk radio show.
Yeah,
but
there was a lot of toing and froing, wasn't there?
He's crap, as you may be able to back up, Chris. He is crap at organising interviews. And a lot of it would go through his wife, who I think, no disrespect, would get quite forgetful. And I'd say, can Neil come on? Oh, he'd love to. He's busy now. Send me an email in 2 months. So you'd send an email in 2 months and it'll be, I tell you what, he's still quite busy. I'm going to email you in a week, she would say. And then a month later I'd go, oh, she's not emailed me. And there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. And unfortunately I didn't push hard enough and Neil passed away before we got to him.
Oh, I have to say, you're probably number 2, not in that sense, but in the sense of people. He's definitely number 1. He was just the sweetest, loveliest, most. And his humility is astonishing. Bearing in mind what all these. I mean, the 2 clips you played, that Get Up and Go, is just so.
I've been listening to the album a lot recently, just because I've got my record player out, and I was delighted to rediscover I still had the vinyl original Ruttles LP that I bought when I was 15 with the booklet and all of that, and it's stunning. And I've been reading a lot about the Ruttles because of this Fab Fools book that's coming out, and we've got
Jem Roberts.
Jem Roberts, and he's coming on the show soon.
Oh,
and yeah, it's a great book. And so I've been kind of, and my friend Dave has given me some, and I haven't listened yet, but given me a load of Ruttles bootlegs, and so very exciting.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to get Beatles heavy on this, obviously, but there's lots of doing all this on social media. There's a whole new generation of young Beatles fans, and it's really nice to know, that their music's still carrying on. I think for me,
Beatles, they've crossed the line. The Beatles, they will be there forever. They will be there forever now, unlike the Hollies.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was the whole list of second-tier bands. You think like the Hollies and the Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch, and they were huge at the time. And it's just that.
Dave Clark.
Somebody on before saying, you've got Shakespeare, outdates, medieval theatre.
Yep.
And Beatles and 20th century pop.
Yeah.
It's that difference now, and it's just going to keep going. So.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you for what you're doing. It's brilliant, and love it.
Thank you, man. Nice to talk to you, Chris. See you later on. Tutty bye. I don't know why
He's a
people
nice
are
fella.
He is a nice fella. This focus thing is really annoying me, but we can't fix it for tonight, and that's fine. He is a nice fella. He's a really nice fella. And, oh, look, Emma sent us some pornography. Shall we?
No. No. Actual no. Extreme foot injury, unbelievable removal.
Hang on
What
a
is stuck
second.
in the foot? No.
Projection as easy as possible.
Well, let's just see what's stuck in his foot.
No, I don't want to see what's in his foot.
All right, well, you look
If you
away.
feel like moving your foot, don't. Just push your heel like this straight
Suffering
down into
from
the
a
chair,
foreign
okay?
object in his foot for over 30 days.
I'm not just putting a topical. We're doing an.
He's been to the
injection
emergency
numb
twice.
area.
They haven't
That
found
way when we try
anything.
to find that piece that's in there, you don't feel a single thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna.
I don't want to see him. Here we go. So he's injecting the
Tough guy.
foot. Don't care about that. That's just numbing the
like
foot.
I said, I set everything up.
Just numbing the
And make
foot.
sure they're
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can see a face. It looks like a lizard.
Then you're taking out the garbage.
Here he goes, cutting the foot.
A garbage bag, do you believe it? I think the garbage upstairs was, small garbage container we have. And then I don't know what happened that time, so amazing. I thought I hit plastic tube because I just found that one inside.
So did you break a piece off yourself, or was everything all in the foot?
No, is that much wagon is broke, I think. It was there that much.
Half a finger.
Yeah, looks like, yeah. Because I took off that much.
What is that?
And then left 4 millimeter more, so maybe half inch, right?
And you didn't
and
do
another piece maybe broke in the garbage. Yeah. I have a picture if you want to see.
Sure.
Yeah, this one was I took.
It's all right, Kath, don't worry. Oh, my God.
And right away, did you go to emergency?
I took off the piece after 2 weeks because they didn't find that. Then I tried to take off the pus because they told me there is nothing in the x-ray. And after 2 weeks, I took off this one, look. Jonathan.
Oh, jeez.
This pieces, yeah. Because it was up, maybe body push.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is...
What is it?
I don't know. Oh, my... It's a baby.
Shut up.
His foot's pregnant with baby.
Shut up.
Here he goes. Don't look, Kath, don't look.
I'm not looking. I just found my chat is fake.
Okay, we
There's
lost a lot of viewers.
bad
I'm surprised.
tissue all in this area.
Yes.
Lost a lot of viewers. Yes, he has numbed it first. Here we
So
go.
The X-ray didn't show anything.
No, but ultrasound, yes. They say X-ray doesn't show the metallic, maybe? Oh, no, wood, sorry. Wood pieces?
No, not as well as if it was metal, for sure.
Yeah.
What is
But
going
ultrasound
on?
show.
Changing rooms is coming, guys. My God, that's a big hole in his foot he's made. What is it? What is it?
And you've been walking around with...
Send me over there.
I'm going to
They
jump
just
forward a
give
bit.
me,
I couldn't find anything,
total
and the
erection,
area was
that's
bleeding too much for me to see well.
God.
The second time, doctor said no, it's still infect. They have to find the piece. What they
I
have
couldn't
inside.
leave this patient saying I couldn't find anything, so I decided to put a tourniquet on to stop
Okay,
the
what
blood
we're gonna
flow to
do-
the area, so I could see
I'm gonna
better.
Put a
All right,
tourniquet on your foot because it's bleeding a little too much. Better.
here we go. Here we go.
I'll
Here we
do
go.
it with
Here we
the
go.
speed.
Here we go. Here we go.
George, get lost.
Here we go.
What's going on?
Here we go. Oh! What is that? I can see something. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, the toe doctor's saying, oh my gosh.
Make sure the camera's on us when we see this thing.
Whoa! Whoa! What?
You okay? Any pain?
What is that?
No.
You want to take a look?
No.
It's not right.
Okay. Make sure the camera's on us when...
Catherine,
I don't want to
it's
see it.
it's right. It's not alive. It's not a bug. It's not a spider. It's not anything like that.
What?
Would you like to see it come out of his foot? It's
No,
not alive. It's a
no,
bit of wood.
No.
It's a bit of wood.
No. I don't want to see any. I don't want to see any wounds. I don't want to see anything
see
coming
very-
out of anyone else. No thanks. Not for me.
It's
Nope.
a toothpick, a full-size toothpick, lodged in his foot.
Okay. Well, I can imagine that. I don't want to see it.
Okay, we'll carry on.
When we see this thing.
Holy shit.
You okay? Any pain?
No.
You want to take a look?
No.
Okay. It's out
He doesn't
now.
want to see it.
It's slow motion. Jeez, that is amazing. Emma, I'm loving it. Okie dokie. All right, it's gone. Catherine, it's gone.
November's issue of Chat Is Fate looks like, oh, you dirty.
Oh, I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was there. That's gone. It's gone. Oh, don't look at that screen.
November's Chat Is Fate is looking absolutely brilliant.
Right, go on.
Here we got. This is what we got. Enlightened by my tragic near-death experience.
Yeah.
Happier. The best psychic advice. The sea speaks to me.
Do you want to show it to the camera so people can see it?
We summoned a demon and trapped him in a doll.
Oh,
Standard.
I don't want to do that story.
Stalked by a hanged man who loves a prank.
Thank you.
Never alone. This business. Never alone. I died on the Titanic. Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. A lot is not all one word. Chat Is Fate.
A lot.
And boost your secret psychic powers.
You've got to do the focus. You've got to pull the focus in now. It works best with oranges. There we go. There we go. I probably need to do a couple of those.
Explains a lot.
Should we do, shall we?
Is it time?
I think it's probably
that time of night.
It's probably time.
Go and get yourself a cuppa, everyone. We're going back to the 90s.
Do you want a decaf cough?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I saw a good one came up, actually, that I thought you might like the look of.
Oh, yeah.
Because for some reason it recommended it to me.
Well, it's because you've been watching it on
Yeah,
your
exactly.
We've seen the teapot disaster.
Oh.
Chaining rooms, mi casa tu casa, comedor cocina.
Maybe not. I'll let you scroll through there. I'm gonna
Changing
make a decaf
rooms
cough.
episode, operating theatre and as rock.
Thank you for that, Emma. That was brilliant. That's exactly what. Listen, if you've got anything else like that, if you want to send that to me privately,
filthy animal.
I'll be with you. Thank you.
Benenden. Now, Benenden is famous for many.
Shall I start without you?
No, don't start without me.
Hurry up, I found one then, I've decided. Easy. Changing rooms episode, operating theatre and as rock. What's as rock? Caroline, I collect pub mirrors and I love them. If anybody touched them, I'd be distraught. Graham Wynne. So it's away with the pub mirrors, Joe. It is. Oh, God. Let's have a look at these. Who would want that awful noisy water feature thing in their living room? It sounds like a urinal. Was Graham the guy that did the dog hole? I think he was, wasn't he? Didn't Graham do the dog hole last time? The time before last? The Australian room. Oh, I guess it's Ayers Rock rather than As Rock. The Australian room was extremely bad. So dark and gloomy still. Needed light wall colours and a lot of large unframed wall mirrors and plants. Says Cricket Smith, who apparently has been to Changing Rooms College. I love a bad reaction. Oh, good. It's got a bad reaction on it, apparently. Didn't the daughter say something against white walls in the beginning? I'm a designer in the USA, so maybe I don't get British humour. You can't expect people to really live comfortably with eccentric paintings all over their walls. Hopefully you redecorate their homes if they can't live with your results. Otherwise, entertaining to watch. Okay, this is 10 months ago, Cheryl, September. And I would suggest that this Changing Rooms is from, like... looking at Carol's hair. At the latest, 2002. At the latest. But I can't check that because my... computer's run out of battery. Hang on, let's just have a quick check. Let's have a look for historical accuracy. Changing Rooms, Ayers Rock, operating theatre. I mean, God, the mind boggles. Although Emma and Iain, when they get married, they'll have an operating theatre room for their feet. Changing Rooms, Ayers Rock Operating Theatre episode. Can't find it. I'm sure it'll become clear. There'll probably be a thing at the end of it. Anyway. So yeah. Get your cuppa, because we're going back to a time before COVID, before any of that, when all we had to worry about was how we're going to get that dado rail down.
I got a couple of emails that I need to report on. First of all, Faith, Retro Faith, has sent me some hardcore pornography. Someone having their abscesses drained. Thank you. Secondly...
I'm glad my mail's not working at the moment, because I don't want to see this filth.
Secondly, we've got an update in the Paul story.
Oh, really?
Paul has sent me the screenshot of him that he says proves he called us 0203 286 6370, 3rd of September, 10:41, 9 minutes 11 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know for a fact, because we skipped through that show, I know one of our regulars, Ollie Hand, listened to the entire show.
Yep.
That call does not exist. So, my question is, how easy
Is it to make that?
to make that?
Or could he have been... No, because there'd have been a phone message.
There's
wouldn't
been
there?
no phone message. The number is not there. Photoshopped, very easy, massively easy. Yeah. Probably called, but it wasn't answered. No. That says that call was answered.
Yeah, 9 minutes 11 seconds.
Easy, ridiculously easy. I mean, I know he didn't call because
well,
I know
because we were there.
This hasn't made me go, oh shit, maybe he called, man, and maybe he was part of the show, and
No.
we don't remember.
We know he didn't call because we were there. We have the whole show recorded, and he's not on it.
So that's not made me. He says the email's brilliant.
Go on.
Hi Ian, I did have it on my call log after all. I didn't want to have to send it to you, as why should I? Why should I have to prove it to you and your viewers? I have a genuine illness and have my life ruined. I will accept an apology live on air. Also, I might call in if you're nice to me.
Don't bother. Don't bother. We're not going to hear the same fib.
He did say his call log was empty. Oh, Matty! So he obviously photoshopped that for the last 2 hours. There we go. There's Columbo.
I mean, right. Last word on this from me. Paul. If indeed that is your name. It clearly didn't happen. I don't really know what you want and why you want an apology for something that didn't happen, right? I also don't understand why you keep phoning up knowing that it didn't happen. So the only thing I can think of is, well, either you really believe it did, and I'm afraid it didn't, you know, the footage and,
he's a prank.
And the truth.
He's
just
a prank.
otherwise. So,
hello?
So just...
hello?
If you here's
Hello,
the thing.
can you hear me?
Yeah, just a second, Benji. If you want to speak to us, just ring up and talk about something
And apologise.
that is real.
And apologise.
Yeah, but otherwise, let's not continue with this charade.
Hello, Benji. Benji.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Nice to speak to you. I just wanted to phone in and just say, congratulations on the show. I've been loving it. I've only been watching you for 2 weeks.
Thank you. Welcome.
Calling from Spain.
Whereabouts?
North coast of Spain, near the Bilbao region.
Nice.
Bilbao Baggins.
It's not too bad. I've been out here 21 years now, so I didn't actually know you guys were famous.
There was a little hint of a Spanish accent when he said famous.
Famous.
Famous. I didn't know you guys were famous.
Famosos.
I like that. Famous is a very strong word.
I didn't know. I mean, I've been a hard-working guy since I was 15, so I've sort of I've missed out on a few things. Channel 4 and the different stuff you've been doing. And,
rubbish. It's all rubbish. It's all rubbish. There's we're just human beings that want to feed our children. That's it.
did a Wikipedia search, and you came up, and I saw exactly where you're coming from and everything. So, just wanted to congratulate you on the channel. I'm
Thank you.
Also a Twitcher. It's great to see you.
Thank you, man.
You make
Appreciate
things a lot easier, and it's been a laugh. Especially yesterday was an awesome show.
It's the best one, I would say. Nice and relaxed. Yeah.
It was so cool. I was, really enjoying it.
Thank you.
And that's about it, really. And just to send regards from Spain and say, we've been watching all around the world. And I did add a link yesterday for people that might want to play video games or whatever. You can get some free games from the Epic Game Store.
Oh, now I saw that, and then because I see stuff in the chat, and I keep meaning to go back to it, and then I forget to because everything is moving so fast. But I did see that. What free games are Epic giving away? Because I'm at a loose end this weekend.
They've got loads on. Just go to their store. I think they've got about 15 games that are free to download. So
that's you sorted.
I am in. I'm doing that tomorrow.
This COVID stuff and everything that's been going on. What a year.
I tell you what, I want to play. I really wanted to play. And they used to have it on the PlayStation Store, and they didn't have it this week when I went.
Right.
I want to get Bully. Did you ever play Bully?
I didn't know.
You were a school bully, and it was like really controversial. PS2 game, really controversial. But it's supposed to be a really good game, and I wanted to play it on the PlayStation. I was going to play it this week, and it's not. They've removed it.
Oh.
Disappointing. All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to. That's it, really, and just say everyone. I'm working quite close contact with COVID patients and everything. I work in an emergency ambulance out here in Spain, so.
Wow.
Everyone's doing really well. Just stick to the guidelines and get on with it. And yeah.
But it's a fake created by Bill Gates so that he can microchip us and smuggle children through the underground tunnels. You know that, man.
We're all dogs in a cat's world. They're going to microchip us as soon as possible. So
isn't it? Let's just get on with it.
So big up to the show and all the chat and everyone. It's been a nice, enjoyable time to watch you guys.
Thank you for your good work. Stay safe, my friend, and
you too.
yeah, take care. Thanks a lot.
Take care, guys.
Bye. There you go. Right, I'm going to close the thing. Apparently Bully is still on there, but it's not called Bully anymore.
Oh, what's it called?
What's it called? Because I'm going to have it. Canis Kingdom Emmett. All right, anyway, right. You found us changing rooms.
Yeah. Apparently this is one, it's got a nice, juicy, negative response.
Okay, right, there you go. You got the space bar.
All right, let me move this computer because it's absolutely useless.
All right, well, I'm going to play Bully tomorrow. We can play some Bully.
Let's have some.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Changing Rooms, this week from the pretty Kent village of Bennington.
Have we got a pregnant smiley? Is that what's going on there? That would help us date it.
Think we have?
That would help us date it. What was it, about 19... When was it?
Oh, I can't remember when her kids were born, Catherine. You'll have to, honestly.
From the other day. It was 90s, wasn't
97, 98 and 2001.
Bennington is famous for many things, not least of which the rather posh girls' school. Apparently the inventor of MDF lives here.
Pause it. That is such a lazy camera shot. Try not to show the pregnancy bump. Who cares? Why would it matter if she were...
Well,
I bet it was if they showed it out of sequence, maybe. There'd be something like that.
Perhaps, but also, right, you've got to remember, it was only just out of the years when you were pregnant, and if you were still on TV, but when you were pregnant in general, you were wearing tents, right? So this whole thing of having a body-hugging top, Spice Girls, Nana Cherry, they were kind of strange for doing that. Not strange, but they were the first women I remember seeing who weren't trying to cover it up. So, maybe that's what it is.
And he's called Dick Van Dyke, although I take that with a pinch of salt. And our very own Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen got married in that church.
Oh!
Still standing, never been struck by lightning, and as far as I'm aware, is rather tastefully decorated inside. Anyway, those neighbours this week are...
retired teacher Glyn and her 23-year-old daughter Caroline Bowen, who live...
Bowen, huh?
Live round the corner from their good friends Joe and Steve Thompson and their 5 children.
Now, it just so happens that Joe and Steve live right opposite the local pub here, so that means I'm going to have to keep a very beady eye to make sure that there's no slacking going on. Glyn and Caroline's lounge diner lacks character and doesn't reflect their colourful personalities.
Don't get stuck under that coffee table.
Because it's a nothing room. There's nothing in it. It's got plain walls.
Well, I'd say it's got quite a lot in it, but nothing matches.
Yeah.
There's no focus to it.
It's just very dull.
I think for a modern house, it's a really good shaped room, and it's a good size room, and the way it is at the moment just doesn't make anything of it at all. It just looks really dismal.
I collect pub mirrors, and I love them, and if anybody touched them, I'd be distraught.
I think we know where that's going, don't we?
One thing I really hate about this room are those heaters. They're disgusting.
It's like Economy 7.
They will be covered with MDF and painted purple and gold, don't you worry.
Or if she hates those but loves the mirrors will be destroyed and the heaters will be the feature.
I think the very worst thing would be if I walked into stark white walls.
That wouldn't be very nice.
No.
Let's just remember that. Mirrors, stark white walls.
No.
Joe and Steve think their family room
There's
is
a robot!
dark, dull,
Go,
and dingy.
whoa.
Yeah, there is a robot.
There's a robot. There's a goddamn robot. Hang on a second. Look, just while we're waiting for the robot, now is an excellent time for me to do this. Thanking you very much indeed. Let's go to the robot.
Walls. That wouldn't be very nice.
No.
Joe and Steve think their family room is dark, dull, and dingy.
It's just like an indoor shed. It's a dump.
What's happening with the walls there?
All you got to do is paint over that.
Whoa. Is that just a... Does it... you know, humans are programmed to see faces in patterns.
Yeah.
Is it a mural
that's
with
one
like
of the spies from Spy vs. Spy.
Yeah, it looks like sort of a Tim Burton thing.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Someone attempted to brighten the place up in the past, or is this just
weird.
where they pulled the paint off?
Dumping ground for all the kids' toys and stuff, and I just hate it. It's horrible. It's a dump.
It's been a room that's been left until
Well, we're
last
kind of hoping that if we did nothing to it long enough, that wood chip would come back into fashion and we wouldn't have to do
That's
anything.
true,
But
yeah.
that hasn't seemed to happen, so now we're desperate. It doesn't bother Steve at all. He just says, "Oh, I don't see what's wrong with it." But I think it's horrible. It's just horrible. I would love a modern warehouse in a different life. When I have no children, I am going to live.
Whoa, you don't have no children. You have 5 children. That's more than just, oh gosh, we've got an extra child there. 5 children. 5 children. And this is what happens. Because I've got 2 children and my house is on the way to that.
And a lovely a rooftop warehouse with all that open space and white paint and clean lines.
Jesus.
If we hate it, we'll make Caroline come and paint it white. That'll sort it out for me. And we'll never let her hear the end of it. That'd be good.
Does this woman seem slightly on the edge of her tether?
She's seen the programme, right?
Yeah. I'm concerned. I'm registering my concerns.
And that way we get lots of free babysitting out of her good. In fact, I hope we do hate it. We can blackmail her.
So, you all feeling fit and fighting and ready to go?
Yeah,
just about. Got a bit more energy than that.
We're ready to go.
Blues, you've got a Graham Wynne. I'm sorry, Rich, you've got Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Never mind, you're a Bowen. You've got something in common. Right, time to swap
Sorry, cat just climbed up my leg.
keys.
There you go.
And off you go. Bye.
When we chatted before,
yes.
Let's just confirm this, because I want this on the record.
This guy's such a drip. When we chatted before.
You said you wanted to drag this room into the millennium.
Absolutely. It's got to be kicking and screaming all the way. Nothing old or antiquated, and it's got to be modern.
So it's away with the pub mirrors.
It is.
It's
No, mate, no. The pub mirrors have to stay.
away with the Victoriana.
Goodbye, Rovers return. Hello, Millennium Dome.
Okay, right.
Millennium Dome!
That worked out well, didn't it? That worked out beautifully.
Oh, yeah.
Right, fine. Very contemporary, clean cut.
Yes.
So I thought the majority of the walls we could just do as a base in just dead boring.
What?
But beautiful. Love it.
She doesn't want white walls.
No, okay, that's okay.
That's a surprise. What do you reckon?
Contemporary. Okay, yeah,
Okay,
right. Yeah.
now, this wall, I have a cunning plan for.
How cunning.
It's pretty cunning, if it works. It's a
Not
one-off.
with white paint.
Well, not with white paint, but I think we need an accent colour.
Right.
Which is a sort of designer way of just saying another colour.
colour,
Yeah. Okay, so I figured we could do it in this kind of aqua
Excellent.
blue.
That's more like it. Like that colour.
And the reason I picked that colour is because I want to do something slightly kind of aquatic
Won't it look like a
on that
bathroom,
wall.
Yes, it
No.
Funny bathroom sort of colour.
It won't look like a bathroom, I promise you.
When we first met, you said that this room had to be Australian, but you didn't actually say why.
What's an Australian room? So what we have in an Australian room? Corks, kangaroos, wallabies, koalas. What else is Australian? Surfboards.
Rolfaroo.
There we go. Oh, controversial. Here we go.
Why? Well,
Why?
the family went to Australia about 4 years ago.
I know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be like dot paintings.
Yeah. Oh, like Aboriginal.
Mhm.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
And they really loved it.
So much so they wanted to move out there.
Okay.
And they liked everything about it. And we thought it would be a good way of bringing in interest for the children and something that the adults would like too.
Look at the state of Lawrence's hair.
I know. I'm just thinking. I'm channeling him tonight, aren't I?
He's
My colours.
Yeah.
And the colours that we thought would be good in this room.
Right, such as?
Ochres, yellows.
Yeah. And what about on a kind of a practical level?
On a practical level, it's got to be really tough and durable. Crispin, the
Okay.
3-year-old, just demolishes anything.
I think we should strip the floorboards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't we make ourselves a rug?
Oh, very nice.
Cunning.
Yeah.
What? Oh, very nice. Whenever I would say to people, you can come backstage after the show if you want, and you come sit in the green room. Oh, very nice. It's always that. Well, we'll get to meet Richard Madeley. Oh, very nice. Why is she doing that? I used to hate it when people would do that. Yeah, you can come backstage if you want after the show.
Because there's an element of get you.
Very nice. But what? So I would hate that. But then how does that work with a rug? We can make a rug. Oh, very nice.
So what do you think of that green, Jen?
Well, it's all right. It's a bit bathroomy, isn't it? I mean,
It just reminds me of The Little Mermaid or My Little Pony or
yeah, but it's
something
still
like
white. I don't like. 4 years at design school, and it's white.
I don't like her attitude towards life.
I mean,
yeah, well, you.
This was never a good idea. This was never a good idea for the participants. It made an amusing television show, but if you want to get your house decorated, I would suggest there are other ways of doing it.
It's a bit like a fridge at the moment.
Okay, so what we're doing is we've got several major projects. There's the coffee table here, which has got to have storage inside it.
Right.
So you've got a top that lifts up, and then they can throw toys.
So
and
what's the
video.
top made out of?
Well, can we?
MDF. MDF.
What do we think, chat? It's going to be MDF, right?
I thought maybe we could stick together floorboards or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So there's that. Then you know the ornate bookcase that they had in there with the top to it. Just two very simple flat MDF doors on there.
Right. Okay.
Knew there'd be MDF in it.
And then the shutters to go actually out the window.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Thing is, right, I've been cutting down this shutter. Yeah. Over there, as you can see, is an old kind of, what is it, a screeny thing, isn't it? It's an old kind of screen. Now, I mean, I don't know, this is just something that was in the back here. It's a bit dirty, bit kind of rough, but then you're used to that, but, I mean, what do you think?
I actually really, really love you. I actually really, really feel that you... That's fantastic.
Well, I don't know, I mean, it's just a basic kind of screen, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
That is fantastic. We'll use that because we can cut that in the middle or something, just hang it at the window. Fantastic.
I'm concerned, Graham. We've got a lot of plumbing fittings here.
Don't panic. I'm not going to build a shower.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to. I told you, I'm not going to build a shower. I saw this brilliant idea, right, in a restaurant, and they just had a wall of water behind glass.
Here we go. Okay.
A wall of water.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a leak in the restaurant, wasn't it?
It was not a leak.
It's a really cheap restaurant
It's a
you went
water
to.
feature.
A water feature.
I thought it would be really great if we could attempt being the operative word, to have a sheet of acrylic with water running right down the back of it.
No. No.
Yes.
No.
Right.
So hence my...
And where's this water
wall.
going to go then?
It pumped round.
Right, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to take any prisoners on this one. This is the colour for our band.
Oh my God! Great.
Wow.
Shitty brown.
Yeah. Yeah, that's happening.
Fantastic. Look at this.
That is
that's
hideous.
horrible.
Now, do you think it's hideous?
Yes, yes. It looks like someone's had a moment and they've decided to smear.
Dirty protest.
How is he, Doctor? Not well.
That is revolting. I'm sorry.
It's just
I
like,
hate it.
well, I won't say what it's like. It's
We've said it.
mud.
It's Aboriginal mud. See it in those terms.
What's going on top of it?
Well, this is it, you see.
You might
Do you
win
think,
me over.
do you think I'm going to leave it like
But just
that?
leaping out of the tin like that's
Yeah.
pretty vile.
No, what we're going to do, a whole series, I've got a whole series of stencils of things like turtles and, you know, zigzags and things like that, and we'll do those all in the kind of the oranges and
nice.
reds and
Yeah,
everything.
that's
So
all right.
you won't see a lot of that, but we do need something dark to link this together, and I thought the black was going to be just too scary.
Whereas...
Well, that's not.
That
Whereas not
it's
quite scary.
That's cuddly and friendly to me.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
It's not me. Now you know.
Whoa, why did the person who recorded this fast forward through Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen doing handprints? Why would you do that?
I mean, one of the things that I noticed about Aboriginal art was that they obviously used to just get their hand on a rock like that and get a mouthful of possibly chalk or something and water, and then just spray it, almost like an autograph
COVID.
of the hand. And some of these are thousands of years old. So I'm just doing that with a mouth diffuser and some watered down emulsion.
Oh, good. He's actually spitting. He's spitting on their living room walls, and that's nice. That's really.
It just means that it's nice because we've now got Rory's hand, Crispin's hand, Tom, Jasper and Imogen, just sort of sprinkled in with the frieze to personalise it.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So what do I owe this pleasure for then?
Because I heard you were here really late last night putting Graham's floor together, and I feel a bit sorry for you, so I thought I'd help you.
No, only a bit.
Because I wasn't here as late as you were. Why is that for shutting? Oh, it is.
There you go. It was 9 o'clock when we left last night.
Does it look good?
Graham's room was lovely, yeah. It looks really nice.
What do you think about it, Lawrence?
Yeah, it's...
Have you been to Australia?
Me, no.
Because he's never been either.
You can tell.
None
by
of them
looking
have
at that.
been at all.
I'm sure the Australian
It's
people
get-
can look at that and go, it looks nothing like an Australian house.
But he's looking. He's getting out of a National Geographic
So you've been to
magazine.
Australia. What do you think?
It's nothing like Australia.
So you think
I'm
it
waiting
sounds
for the
like
kangaroos to
really,
come flying through the... Oh,
he's going to have the hump with me anyhow.
Why?
I'm sure, because I was around Graham's nearly all day yesterday.
So you're avoiding
he's
him
going to
today?
be all... bad. Well, I don't know, he might not be. He might surprise to come out and be really happy, but chances of that are very, very slim. So.
Don't bet your life in it.
I know. Right, have a door, Gil.
Ooh, look, Joe's making modern art. But hang on a moment. Is that not sandpaper?
Oh, God.
Sandpaper. I mean, first of all, whenever they make art, it was the woman. Who is the woman? She was always big on making the art. The dark-haired woman with the eyes.
Anna Ryder Richardson.
She was always into, we're going to make some art.
Yeah.
No. Get a picture blown up. Get an artist.
Yeah.
Go and buy a cheap thing. Put it in a frame. Don't make some art. And they've made a thing out of sandpaper.
Which makes me... I don't like... That's one of my things. Like
while
biting...
we're doing this, I just need to do one thing. Go on, sorry.
You know, when you're a kid and sometimes you'd get, like, on your school jumper, that horrible acrylic wool, and you'd get, like, yoghurt on it or something, and you'd do that. That goes through me. Sandpaper. Ugh, God. So to have it on the walls, no.
Over the road, it's more art. This time, Australian style.
1 second. Danny says you should get Carol Smiley on the show. My friend works with her and says she's lovely.
I'm sure she is.
Put her in touch. Give Carol Smiley our email, and we'll talk to her. Thank you.
So anyhow.
Well, it's nice of you to turn up. Where have you been? This is going mental in there. I've got nothing. All my cupboards are complete disarray.
That was completely not practised and agreed on beforehand.
I told you, didn't I?
Complete disarray.
Hey, darling.
12 o'clock.
God.
And it's sink or swim time for Graham.
It's going to be so noisy.
Danny, listen.
Brilliant. And it's trickling down the wall.
Not only does the fan, but also it sounds like you're outside a flipping
Those pumps.
pissoir.
Those pumps, even on, you get a little. We had a little water display for the show once.
Yeah.
A tiny little thing. It died after. That is going to be awful.
Well, also, I'm going to say it. Women of a certain age, and there's two of them in that house, sitting there watching the telly. They're going to be up and down to the toilet all night.
Yeah, it's going to be like they're going to be in sync.
I take it all back. You're a genius.
It is. There's a hole in my bucket, the Eliza. It's up here.
Turn it off.
We need to turn it off.
It's leaking. It's leaking!
What a load of old crap.
That is awful.
I mean, you could possibly tolerate that outside, like outside a restaurant. He said he saw it in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Different when you've got the walla of other people chatting, the hubbub, right?
The walla?
Walla, 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 walla.
It's rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
Walla, walla, walla.
Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
It's different. But in a house where there's two of you, oh no.
At least it's doing what it should.
How much of your pizza have you got?
Half?
Can I have a slice?
Yeah.
Do you want a slice?
No. I was going to take it home.
Okay.
And have it tomorrow for breakfast.
Okay, but I can have a slice of it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's under my bag there. I had to hide it from the cat because he was trying to work his way in from outside the box.
I can have a slice of pizza, can I?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you.
Oh, where's George? He's realised it's been freed.
Go.
Right.
It's a minor adjustment.
Sir Lawrence, how many of these animals am I doing on the floor?
We're painting on the floor, are we? Okay.
I think one more big one over there.
Okay.
We don't want it looking like
it's bloody awful!
They always, right, here's the thing with themes on changing rooms. It would always end up being like a panto set, wouldn't it? It would always be like, I don't know, let's imagine what the palace in China would look like. That. Now we have a Chinese thing. He's trying to get in the box! George, seriously, bugger up. That's mine.
I don't actually like this.
George is desperate. Oh, he's got one!
Has it got a bit?
Yeah.
George, you little shit.
He's got a whole slice.
Well, get it off him.
Hang on a second.
Get it off him.
Hang on a second. George, you greedy little... Unbelievable. Thank you. Whole thing.
Can you put this in the bin?
That box is open as well now, and I blame you.
Can you see if there's any, if there are any water bottles in the fridge?
George, unbelievable. No, there aren't.
I'll have a can of Coke, please. Oh, hello, Mucky. You went out the front door when the pizza guy came. You're in trouble.
Can I put that pizza in your fridge?
Yeah, sure. There's not much left now.
I can't believe that.
Oh, shit.
He was determined. He saw you. He saw you open it and thought, now is my chance.
Disgusting creature.
Seriously, man. That's incredible. I'm actually quite impressed.
Disgusting.
Unbelievable. Gone? It's gone, George. He's sniffing around my bag now. It's gone now, George. You've had it.
Headphones in. Outrageous behaviour. I ate that and there was meat on it and I forgot I'm supposed to be vegan at the moment.
Oh, I did wonder.
No, I forgot.
Okie dokie, well I'll keep going. But I want to know what you're doing to this bookcase.
Well, actually, now we've finally got him, Mr. Kane's done some work, and he's done it quite well. Put the doors on the existing bookcase
Done
with
it
all the
quite
storage
well.
behind.
Can you not be nice about him?
I mean, I don't hate that idea for
It's a nice painting.
for like a kid's bedroom.
Yeah, it's a nice painting. Not in a living room,
No.
on my bookcase.
Not on this shoot.
Okay.
He's
okay.
mucking me around something
Hello, darling.
rotten.
Red cuddle with Mucky.
But this is going to be Ayers Rock.
I'll reserve my judgment on this for the time
Good.
being, I
Well,
think. It's
When you get
interesting.
back, because I've set up that you're now going to be Andy's glamorous assistant and help him with the trunk, this will be completely transformed and it will be like walking through a view into Ayers Rock. Right, now Caroline's very keen to have a bit of a play with your power tools, which is great. But whatever you do, focus on the fact that we've only got about 3 or 4 hours left. This needs to be finished, the doors need to be hung. We've got so much going on wrong in there. I really need some support today.
Lawrence, what I want you to do in this scene is, could you go in and seem really stressed and like maybe throw your weight about, but in a slightly effete manner? Go.
Look at her.
Oh dear.
I know. She's
Right.
upset, is she? Well, plenty of work then. Jigsaw, you want power tools? Mask
Yep.
on then, go.
I
Have you thought about your house?
I slept with a clear conscience because this is wonderful. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not going home. I'm staying here.
But yours?
Well, that's why I'm not going home, because it's Lawrence. I'm staying here.
You're very keen on Lawrence, are you?
I don't know yet.
Be
I'll
honest.
reserve judgment.
Oh, no, I mean as a designer, watching him on the show, you know.
No. No, absolutely
Did you
not.
not just die when you discovered it was...
Yeah,
hidden
that
in
is
your
so
hair?
not fair, but I'm not going home. It's okay, because I'm just going to live here, because this is brilliant. But no, Lawrence, no. I have to say, it's going to be frilly pink, isn't it? I know it is.
He's not your favourite designer?
No.
What would be the worst possible scenario, other than frilly pink?
Crafty, lots of craft things. Horrible, brown, crafty.
They must get a little hint.
Well, apparently, I think this was the subject that, you know, that Guardian article people were sending us the other day. I think it was about this.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, what the runners used to do was they used to sort of splash white paint on their jeans so they look.
You get an idea of what was going on. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that would be horrible too.
Brown crafty.
Or cottagey. Something cottagey would be horrible.
Cottagey.
Did you say you hated themed rooms as well?
Yeah, I do.
Opa!
If it's not themed, it better not be themed, because... Oh no, I'm nervous now. I'm definitely nervous.
See, the mistake she's made is going on changing rooms because all those things she named are what they do. If you wanted... Sorry, George, it's Peter's gone.
Come here, baby. There's a good boy.
But excellent effort.
That's a good boy.
If she wanted plain, she should just like saved her money and gone to Habitat.
Worried me
No,
slightly.
just you said yesterday something about, oh, God, it was not themed.
No.
And I thought, that was a strange thought.
No, he wouldn't do theme, because Caroline knows I hate theming as well, so she wouldn't do that.
Caroline knows.
I trust her.
4 o'clock, and Andy and Caroline are having a bit of a domestic.
You told me to cut the MDF flush to the tongue and groove.
Oh, hang on a minute. So that's the outside of that house?
Mm.
Oh, it's actually really nice.
Yeah, of course.
And now they're making it into a urinal.
I've been dealing.
Well, your tongue and groove was like that. How do you cut?
The tongue and groove is too big at the front because you can run a planer over it to finish it off, right?
Well, why can't you run a planer over that?
Because it'll be too short now.
No, it won't.
Look.
George,
what are you doing?
Oh, mate.
You skipped on to the next episode. Hang on.
About spanking
Benenden.
Lawrence.
Now, Benenden is famous for many...
I think one more big one over there.
Okay.
We don't want it looking like the floor of Animal Hospital.
Look.
George, stay there.
Put that flash on the front there, like that. Okay? Yeah?
Yeah?
Right? Look at this.
It's your fault. Your tongue and groove was faulty before I even got there with me MDF.
Your fault, girl.
Yours.
Come on.
Stop calling me girl.
Yours. Yours.
Joe, this is the screen for the kitchen. Ordinary stiffening, you know, department store stuff. Need you to finish off stapling it. If it's not drum tight, use a plant sprayer, put some water on it, and it should tighten it up, okay? Staple gun, I'll see you later. 5 minutes, no longer.
I've done the sanding, and it's worked really well. Anything else I could do? Really enjoyed
you're still here.
it.
This is ridiculous.
Someone's getting pushed in there.
Also, Carol's taken her jumper off and it appears she's pregnant.
What the hell? She's had a penis in her. Someone's going to get pushed in that pool.
You think?
Yeah.
It can't be Carol.
It'll be
Not in her
Lawrence. It'll be
condition.
Lawrence because they've been building up to it.
Ridiculous. I've got the shots.
Yeah,
Look.
yeah.
This is going up to...
Calm down, Lord. You make yourself ill. Calm down. Do you want me to get you a bottle of water or something?
God,
Calm down.
Better than that.
Just...
There it goes.
Get out of it.
Also, how fast were they out of there? It's as if everyone knew it was going to happen.
Because if that was real, I will make sure you never fucking work on this show ever again, you little cockney oink shitbox.
Also, wouldn't he have like loads of electrical stuff strapped to him?
Yeah.
So it could have been very, very different.
Oh
God, that wall!
I like the idea of painting a piano. I've got a very dull wooden piano, like an old, Christian piano. I wouldn't mind. I'm up for painting a piano. But I might. There we go. There's something there. I might do that. Might let the boys paint the piano.
Just about there for now.
How about this?
Oh, they made it
Oh,
right.
that's fantastic. Bob. Put it over there.
That's a great painting.
I don't like the. I don't like the bottom of it. I quite liked it when it
Oh,
was
it's
just
horrendous.
sky.
It's horrendous. I wouldn't have it, but it's a really good painting.
But again,
Thank you, Elsie Finch, for the sub.
there are some things they spend a lot of time on, and you think, really, could you just get the basics?
What's a Christian piano? I'll show you what I mean by a Christian piano.
You know,
is
like
an old, like you
a
get in a
Sunday school
church.
piano.
Yeah, this. I don't know if you can see it as he moved the camera. Like that piano, I would call that a Christian piano, like an old, school, Sunday school piano that you'd have in a church from the 70s. There we go. That's what I would call. Hang on a second.
And to me,
Go on.
the Christian piano is often accompanied by the Christian guitar, which looks
Yeah.
like a average acoustic guitar, but it's got a rainbow strap and
Yeah.
stickers on it.
There we go.
Just there.
Tension building up and the house is looking shit and here we go.
So this go this way, yeah? Perfect. Right. And the
Apples.
same the other side.
What's that for?
It should be frozen oranges. Oh, by the way, sorry, I should have said this about half an hour ago. Take the frozen oranges out of your bum now, please.
Do it if you can. If you can.
Right, yeah? Ships passing the night.
Good one. Right. Well, how are you supposed to light that candle? You're not, are you? How are you supposed to light those candles?
Okay.
You're
Well,
not,
the
are
wax
you?
will just go everywhere.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
What's with the
Rows
lining up of stuff?
Toot.
Can I have a load of stuff? Doesn't matter what it is, just all the same. George, careful.
So what do you think? Brilliant.
Finished.
Come here.
So, what will Glyn and Caroline make of their minimal millennium experience?
Where's the telly gone?
Oh,
Been replaced by.
there's no point in having the telly. You can't hear it over the gushing of the waves.
Jesus.
They're going to sit in those chairs and look at the pots. Yeah.
And what will Joe and Steve think of their Aussie Outback theme?
Oh,
I
Jesus.
could take
wept.
a really good guess.
That is just that. Also, that sofa is too close to that coffee table. You won't get your legs in there.
No. Yeah, it's
That plant will catch a light with those candles. That again, it's just gonna be wax dripping everywhere.
doesn't it look like a storeroom, like in a props department?
That's horrible.
Well, this room has Graham Wynne slapped all over it, doesn't it? It's
There is an
light,
indoor
it's
water
airy,
feature pod.
it's
If you've just
bright,
tuned in,
it's-
yes.
If you listen, you can hear like a. That's the indoor water feature.
Minimalist.
Well, I love
So
it.
you.
I love it.
Of
I
course
could
you
live
love it. I
here,
bet your
but-
whole house is like this.
Sorry?
Well, I'm just terribly worried that
Pardon?
I found out a lot of things yesterday, that this is a room for someone that collects Victorian pub mirrors and clutter, for heaven's sake.
Don't, for heaven's sake.
Oh, hang on. The sandpaper is for that room, not the Australian room.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's quite a thing.
I mean, help.
Oh, whoops.
It is a bit of a whoops, but I mean, I had no choice. By that point, we had just had to forge ahead.
Open your eyes and see what you think.
Oh God. Here we go.
Can we? Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
It's
I know.
the garden programme. There's a water feature.
There's a water feature. And no Charlie Dimmock, just a water feature.
This is awful.
This is not the
This is so
effusive
uncomfortable.
praise I feel they were after.
Oh, this is so uncomfortable.
Never great, is it, when you tell someone to open your eyes and their first face is.
Oh, sorry.
You're speechless. You are both speechless.
Right.
Where can we start? The walls.
Boring.
White and boring.
Very boring. Look behind you, Mum. There's sandpaper on the wall. It's very sort of smooth and kind of cool, but it's
minimalist and serene.
It is. It's too modern.
You're not minimalist people, really.
I'm
are
not.
you?
Oh, you're right. They did cover up the heater.
Yeah, of course they would. Yeah.
They're not realistic.
which would stop the heat coming out.
Yeah.
By the way, guys,
But also they put apples on top of it, so
they'll cook.
yeah.
Oh dear.
The sofas.
I hate the sofas.
I know you hate the sofas. The radiator covers?
I like the way the radiators are hidden. That's good.
Well, I like the fact they're
didn't-
hidden, but
I
I
didn't
don't
like them.
like those white things.
No.
It's really cold.
She's gonna cry.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
It is a bit cold.
Clinical.
The minute you put something down, it's going to look terrible, isn't it?
It's art.
Yeah, but it looks a bit silly.
And the
It just
water
doesn't-
features? No.
That's going
It's
to
all the
drive
re-
me mad.
On the range in Harvey Nick style.
I'm going to sit needing the loo every night. I'm going to sit crossing my legs. Do you know what this reminds me of? What? An operating theatre. That could be the operating table.
In your operating theatre, who are you going to carve up first? Now, aside from the fact that they had
It's all very jolly, but they're furious, aren't they?
Yeah.
kangaroo and koala signs in the driveway,
Yeah.
what on earth possessed you to do Australia?
It was what possessed Caroline and Glyn. I think.
Oh,
Here we go. Wasn't me, Gov. I was just
Following
following the
orders.
orders.
Oh, Lawrence.
You coward. You coward. Double down, man. Have some balls. Come on.
buck passing already.
No, I think it was a great
Hold it.
idea.
You're right, you got it, Dave.
We'll wait to see how well it goes down. But Australian would never be something that I would think of automatically. But I like the piano, I like the cushions, and I like the frieze.
I must admit, the pictures are quite good, actually.
Yeah,
They did
and
look a bit
that's-
iffy in the garden, but they look quite good now they're
Oh,
framed
thank
up and
you.
in the room.
Thank you, thank you.
3, 2, 1, open your eyes.
Oh, here we go.
It's can't even know you've got the speed. Oh my God!
It's Ayers Rock.
It is. It's like it is. It's Barry Humphries' sanatorium. Oh no!
Oh no, Brown!
Ah!
Brian,
It's themed.
It's the
No. What is that? That is.
a kangaroo.
This is not going well, is it? As we knew it wouldn't.
It's a theme park.
But you've got a coffee table now that flips open and you put kids' junk in there.
There's a coffee table. There's a coffin.
It does look like a coffin.
Is it Lawrence in there? Because he will be
No,
when I
it's
get
not
hold
big
of him.
enough. It's not big enough for him. He's already had a ducking
Oh
today.
no! Oh, I hate that.
Kevin's
Oh,
playing the
it's
chat
outside.
says,
Oh, it's in the
OMG,
shed.
shit, but I
hated
like it.
That's why it's in the shed.
You
and
should have
now
thrown
it's
it away, you see.
Burn
You see, that'll teach you to keep so much stuff in your shed because it all makes a
so much.
Well, it's
reappearance.
easy to take out. Don't worry about
what's
that.
the bookcase.
I like those.
Cases,
They're
yeah, it's
nice.
got covers on them.
And do you
With
know what I
the,
really
well-
hate? Do you know what I really, really, really hate and want to cry about?
What?
You've left me wood chip. I only did this so you get rid of the wood chip.
Wood chip's a tough one to get rid of. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
gonna.
2 days getting rid of that
And
and,
they're
a
only-
lot of money.
they're only spending
just gonna-
500 quid, aren't they?
They're just going to paint over the wood chip. They're just going to paint over the wood chip.
But there we have it. She only did it so they get rid of the wood chip.
And it's still there.
Well,
It's still there.
in fairness, the
And
wood
the
chip that you had
curtain
taken
pole,
off.
which we really hated, is still there. What has he done? All he's done is remove the carpet. And that is the same colour that comes out of newborn babies' nappies, that is. It is. It's... Oh, no, I'm gutted. Gutted.
Gutted.
She's going into it.
It's hideous. It is hideous. It's everything that I really hate.
I'm
so
gutted.
much.
That's a great
I
reaction.
wanted a Manhattan loft warehouse, and I've got Dame Edna Everish's worst nightmare.
Well, I'm going to...
Gutted. That's a great reaction. I'm gutted. Well done. Well done.
That mum. She's got 5 kids and she's got no more F's to give. She's going to tell you exactly what she thinks.
to emigrate to Australia.
I'm straight to casualty.
You and your Aussie Outback and you and your operating theatre.
They
I'll tell
don't
you,
show
that
the
was
two teams
embarrassing.
meeting.
No, probably because they never spoke
Yeah.
again.
You got to say for yourself?
Well, if somebody had told me that she collected pub mirrors earlier, I might have stood a chance.
You would have
Did
seen
he
it
not?
when you went in.
Exactly. Did you not have a look?
So that's my last theme until next week.
That's it from Disgruntled of Kent. See you again soon on Changing Rooms. Bye-bye.
Brilliant.
That show.
Love it. Love it. Wonderful stuff. As per usual. Man, I'm tired. I think we're done. Let's just open the phone. Let's just check see if anybody's called in that we've missed. No. I think we're done, guys. I think.
That's another week down.
It's another week down. Don't forget, there's a daily podcast of this, which if you download, even if you don't listen to it, we get a few pennies. Look at that, 11,238 followers. Let's try and get to 12,000 followers next week. Next week, I think maybe we'll have just followers only chat on. How do I turn followers only chat on? And I'll investigate it. The Gregorian entry, you're absolutely right. My God, I think we have one more each. Let's have a little look.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's horrible. I don't like that. Hello! Hello! Stay still. There you go.
Hello, I'm TV's Iain Lee.
I don't like that. That's horrible. Tim, you should be disqualified for that. And we have one more.
The podcast is called The Late Night Alternative.
Where's Paddy number 3? We have Paddy 1, Paddy 2. Or maybe we didn't. Maybe we only had 2. I tell you what. You were all... We're going to play this Focus at the weekend. Oh, fuck it. Who cares? They were all great. I tell you what, Paddy and Tim and Colin, I'll send you an email. We'll link you up with Scott Balcony. You can get a T-shirt free for that. Thanking you. Followers only chat is on 10 minutes too. What does that... I don't know what that means, Matty. Followers only chat... What does that mean, do you think? Followers only chat is on 10 minutes too.
I don't know.
Don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. But you have to be following for 10 minutes to chat. Can we change that setting? Or is that... I'll Google it over the weekend.
We'll work it out.
I'll Google it. It's all fine. Right, let's go and do...
Let's do a raid, everyone.
I know we're out of focus, but the focus has been... a pain in the arse all night. I'm going to sort that out. Right, so I'm going to look at the followers only chat of the weekend, and I will sort that out. Let us.
George is still trying to find that pizza. He could smell it, but it's not there anymore, George.
Thank you guys for entering. Thank you for entering, and it's appreciated. Don't do it now, Matty. Put it back to normal. I'm going to play around with it in the week. We're going to try and find someone. Let's have a music. Let's have a look at music. Who's this? Practice. Oh gosh, no. That's not my cup of tea. Lost Party's happening tomorrow at midday, guys. At midday. Bass Art Fusion Night. Whoa, look at this, guys. Look at this.
Oh. He's not speaking English. No.
It's got to be English. Coin Gary, thank you for the subs. Thank you for gifting the subs. Thank you. Thank you. Play my flute because I have a test due tonight. No, I don't want to put any pressure on this young woman who's got a test. Let's not. She's excellent. Oh, we go. Onyx. She won't notice that we're there. She won't notice that we're there. Well, that looks good. If you want to go and check that out.
That's cool, isn't it?
I've sure got you hear the hits from today and yesterday. Okay. But no, she's not really doing anything. Oh, you can't see the choices. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There you go. There we go. Sorry. Apologise. Apologise. My bad there, guys. I can only apologise for that. Drinking wine and reminiscing.
Well, this could be good.
Pearl necklace. R. Kelly, and I call her 16.
Oh, don't know. No,
That's what he said.
Let's not get involved in. Let's not get involved in whatever that is going on there. The request stream. It's a guy playing a guitar. I kind of feel like of harmonica practice. I have a parrot named Spiffy. He will often be seen on my shoulder while I stream. I'm not feeling that. Not feeling that. Local music from Ohio.
Oh.
Oh, I think they've stopped. That's a shame because that looks. Oh no, it's live. Why? Oh, no, it's not. Is it? Nope. Nope. No, I'm not feeling.
No, the difficulty is a lot of them are DJing. They don't see.
Going past the boobs. Sorry, guys, we're going past the boobs.
It's vest night.
Right, we'll start around about here.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking with no idea what I'm doing. This doesn't look too booby.
Pringles has entered the game.
Okay.
22, Cardiff, Winchester, going into third year of university studying primary education. I love to talk. I want it to be a wholesome, fun stream which people felt comfortable to chat in.
VIP, Chuck.
Shall we?
Yeah, go on.
I think she looks fun. Tasha. Let's go and see Tasha. It's not. Yeah, no, she's not about to strip off or anything because she's going to be a teacher, so I doubt we're getting into that. Thank you, guys. I will be back on Saturday at midday. I might be playing some games over the weekend as well. Let's see. We are back on Monday at 10 o'clock.
Have a cool weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Good night.
Sign up for this raid because this will blow her mind.
She'll love it. She'll love it.
That's some emo touch. I know, right? It's better than them.